Hello, fellow riblets. It's me, Tom, from Target Prime Rib. I'm just testing out my live one more time before Monday for the actual um, big event, I guess you could say. And I'm going to stay on for just a little bit. I hope that some people make a comment or something. So, just want to see how everybody is doing. My day's going pretty well. I watched Dr. Kiltz this morning. With Amy Perrin, Brisket Boomer, and I actually also finished watching Mitch on his live. Had a really good time. Thank you, Mitch, for everything you said about me. I do appreciate it. Not really sure what I want to say or anything like that. Like I said, I figured I would test this out. I'm going to actually see about different things on here just to see. All right, so I got a thing saying that please put a QQQ in front of the questions so I don't miss them. That's good. Media assets. All right. So okay, so let's see. These are, I guess, the background musics that come with. So let's. Yeah. Let's hear this one. Now that one would be perfect for Monday's show because of one of my guests that are on. It's going to be Charger Mopar Rick, and that might be perfect because it's actually called Feeding the Ducks. So that may actually be a perfect thing. So let's table that. I'm not really. Let's see how you can add music to it. Okay. Got one cut. Hello, Feral Grandma. How you doing today? I hope you're doing pretty well. Thank you for putting into the comments. I do appreciate it. It tells me that you're able to watch. So what do you think of that music? Do you hear it? This is in honor for Charger Mopar. Like I said, it's called Feeding the Ducks. I figure that'd be perfect for him. Okay, so there's different styles of the preset. There's that one, and then there's this round one. And then there's... Actually, that's not too bad, that one. And there's this one with the orange where I'm fully on there. And then there's this one here where it's a little smaller. And then there's this one where it's more blue. And of course, this one where it's round. I don't really like the round ones too much. I mean, I don't mind the blue ones, and I don't mind them where, and I don't know if I like the full screen either. Let's see, does it come up with, you know what? I'd rather do the red because that's the color I use for my YouTube. So I actually do like, let's see, you know what I like? No, I don't really like the, I think I like the bubble in the red. That's pretty good. Now let's see what that is for show headlines. All right, so I actually like the show headlines, but I think I would I want to put my real name for the actual meeting. Florida. It's good seeing you on here. I appreciate this. Yeah, it's probably gonna be a little hazy. I'm not gonna lie. I have like an older computer, and as I get some more income and stuff like that, I'm going to invest in a better computer. But I figure it's more about the show than it is about the image. So hopefully that won't really be too effective. If I do it on my phone, it's a lot clearer. But it's actually the computer, and unfortunately the phone is very hard for me to actually, what's the word? I guess I could do it on my phone and then put my chats on the computer, but I'm not sure how I can do both at the same time. So hopefully I can figure that out and everything. So, yeah. Let me see. On here, I have a Zoom. I'm not sure if I have Zoom or not. Yeah, I would have to download Zoom onto my phone and all that stuff. I know half the time when I was on with Dante Ferrigno, I know that it was much clearer when I had to do that by my phone. The only problem was when I do it with the phone, if somebody calls me, I try and figure out how to get it where it doesn't do that. But whenever anybody calls me, am I going to eventually invite Bart K on? Actually, you know what? I would love to have Bart K on. I don't really know him very well, and I don't think he knows me very well. But I would love to have him on. He is very entertaining, and I don't really watch that many of his videos, but from what I do see, I do enjoy them, and I think he's a great guy, indeed. So anybody that wants to come on, just let me know and we'll set something up. This is pretty new. I mean, the reasons why I asked for Aaron and Rick was for Rick. I find him over 40 years of being a carnivore. I mean, there's something fascinating about that. But also too, I notice, hello, Rick. Sorry, I was just speaking about you. I find him to be a good luck charm because, I mean, all the people he's been first interviewed with, seem pretty together. So, I think Rick is going to be my good luck charm for my going forward. Um, as for Erin, the fact that she has 10 kids, I mean, come on, wow, and she's pretty fascinating herself, and so that's why I picked those two first. Um, yeah, yeah, I know you do. Rick. Feral Grandma was just asking me if you don't see it up ahead, was just asking me about basically if I ever thought about inviting Barkay, and it's not really, like I know you and I know Aaron, so it's easy to invite you two. Um, and on my next one, I plan on actually having Lewis Lolito, um, do with me on my next live, depending, I guess, on how well this live does. So, um, like I said, this is just a test, test of the emergency broadcast system of Target Prime Rib. So, you know, it's pretty cool that I have so many people on here. So far I have like 3 people on here, and you know, if the only thing I haven't tested out yet is bringing anybody on here. So, I mean, I don't know if there's a way I could uh, share the link in here, and I could find out. Hmm. But if somebody wants to, if I can share it and somebody wants to join me for like a couple of minutes. Hello, Granny Boo. How you doing today? Does anybody have any questions for me or anything? You know, all the questions are always welcomed. What do you guys think about the setup with the blue background and then the red print and stuff? Oh, Terri Sue, there you are. How you doing? I will try not to do the pause words, Terri Sue. I can't make any promises though. That is true, Rick. There is only one Rick, the quack. All right, I'll take that out. Is that better? All right. Believe it or not, I was playing that. It was actually titled "Feeding the Ducks." I thought it'd be perfect, just because of the title alone. I thought it'd be perfect for Rick. But yeah, you're right. It does sound kind of porn-like. Um, I'm thinking it might be better off just not having any music. The music that comes with StreamYard just isn't really for me. And until I upgrade and stuff like that, I don't think it's going to really be uh, too apropos, so to speak. I don't know if I'd want to, Rick. Must be a quacking experience. Yeah, no, I enjoyed Mitch's live stream. I actually left a little bit early to actually cook uh, breakfast for my roommate. I made him some eggs and bacon and some sausage. So, I didn't want to cook it too late for him. I could probably play like some like ducks playing in the background or something like that. But I agree with Terry Sue. I think the no music is actually better as long as there's conversation. I'm not sure how to really do OBS. You're more the expert on that, Rick. Maybe you could show me sometime. Yeah, the more Mitch does, the better it will be for him to get like back in the groove and stuff like that. I do agree, Terry Sue. And yes, there is always conversation with you, Rick. Always. So I finally saw my doctor. I don't know if you guys saw in the chats on Mitch's channel. I got a little annoyed with the doctor. Everything is good, but I don't like it when people don't listen to me, especially when it's about me. Like if I'm talking about myself. And he was just sort of very, very pushy. Uh, there's only one other time I had somebody like that. That was like one of those. He kind of reminded me of those people in the mall that around Christmas time that are trying to sell you you know, like skin products or something like that, and it's just like, no, I don't want any, but they still go in your face and bother you as much as they can. So it's sort of the experience I had. It was just kind of uncomfortable. So I don't think I should be able to, no matter what, I don't think I should go to a doctor's office and feel that kind of discomfort. But everything is good now. Florida actually, you know, gave me some pretty good advice and, just to move on. Yeah, I agree, Terry. So it is out of control. It's like almost like they have like an agenda or something like that to get those pills out or get those. And I think we've lost sight of what is important. I think a lot of these doctors and stuff like that put too much of like, this is what you need. And I think what we need is proper nutrition. And that's sort of where I'm at with, especially with carnivore. Hmm. Ah, here's the button right here. Okay, so I'm going to copy this. All right. And then I'm going to post it on here. And let's see. All right, so I just posted the link. If anybody wants to come on just for a couple, just a quick hi. I just want to see how it works and stuff like that before we do our actual debut on Monday. And Monday will definitely be the longer. I just, you know, I just want to make sure it's as good as it can be. So I'm guessing this is showing on YouTube right now. Oh yeah, well it kind of helps to have a camera, Rick. Yeah, I hope you have a camera by Monday. Okay, so it's good. The reason why I asked that question, Florida, is because according to there was like a thing saying that they were having problems with streaming things to YouTube. So I just want to make sure that it was actually going to YouTube. I guess it wasn't having as much of a problem as it was indicating. Okay. I mean, no rush, Rick. I mean, it doesn't have to be Rick. I mean, anybody. I put the chat on the general, so if anybody wants to come on, just say hello. That's fine. It's just that I mean, the test can be on Monday with when you come on Monday, and same with Aaron. I mean, to be honest with you, one of the reasons why I'm doing this too is I'm kind of running out of ideas for videos, and I kind of am hoping that at least once a week a live will give me some insights. No problem. I mean, no. I mean, if there's a problem, Terry Sue, you know, it's all good. Oh, okay. So let me add you to the stage. Hi,
Shouldn't be
Terry.
walking around back there.
Can you hear me?
Who's that guy? His name is Thomas. Can you hear me, Thomas?
I can hear you, but can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, but why can't you hear me?
I'm going to turn this off.
Hello?
Does his wife cook too?
He doesn't have a wife.
Oh,
No. No wife.
No wife. He's Thomas.
good. It's good. Oh, good looking not to have a
He's
wife.
Thomas.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
That's oh, we're done. Okay. Okay.
Can you hear me, Terry Sue?
I can, but I keep hearing two things. Let me turn off my YouTube.
There's probably like a backup between the two. That's what happened with me and Rick when I was talking to him on the phone that one time.
Is it working now?
I can hear you as long as you can hear me and you're not doubling up.
I just now got done doubling up.
Okay.
Mom was passing by me slowly, and I got all distracted.
I mean, I hear double sounds all the time, but that has nothing to do with YouTube or anything. It's just me naturally.
It's our psycho carnivore brain.
Oh, look. Okay. Look who actually is coming in. Hey, Rick.
Hi,
Hey,
Rick.
can you hear me?
Yes, I can. As
Good.
long as you can hear me, that's all I care about. Okay.
Oh, that's good. I've been outside working.
Okay.
Bananas down.
Oh, yeah, I haven't got to that yet. I'm still trying to find that part for my engine. I'm digging in the garage.
He lives in Florida, and his little storm and his banana trees fell over in his yard, and they're just laying there looking apocalyptic to me. I feel it's so sad.
Bananas everywhere.
There are. There's big old bunches of bananas laying there. Are those salvageable at all?
Probably. I mean, the bigger ones I can let ripen. I'll give it to my vegan
Well, it's
friends.
supposed to be loaded with potassium.
I'm sure they are. I mean, if the ducks were here, they'd have a feast.
Oh my gosh, Terry, I look horrid.
Well, hey, you're 84. What are you supposed to look like? My mom hates my personality. I'm the worst caregiver there is in the whole entire world.
How about that?
No, she's not. She's very good. Good
That's
caregiver.
cool.
Well, I think it looks like it'll work out. How many people can you put on here at one time, Tom?
I don't know. I think I can go up to 6, technically. But
This
I really
is
don't want to do any more than 2 if I can, because
because
I think then the conversation gets lost.
I know everybody talks over each other.
Yeah.
So it's hard. But I don't know. When is this? The 14th? that you're gonna do it?
Yeah, it's gonna be. It was on the 16th, but then I found out I'm working with the midnight shift on the 16th and the 15th, and I just figured I'd be way too tired by the time it was all over. So I just figured I'd do it on the Monday before. That way I'm
Lord.
still bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. Hi, Aaron.
Rick needs to be wearing his picnic table shirt.
Yes. Yes.
You haven't worn one in a while.
This is the way I normally
Yeah.
look when I'm working.
Yeah, you're a little dressed down today, but
Yeah.
that's okay.
When you're out there,
Do you live in California?
Who, me?
Yeah.
No, I live in New Jersey.
Oh, New Jersey? Oh, wow.
Yep.
And Rick is
Yeah,
in Florida.
I'm what they call a clam digger. I live right by the shore.
Mm-hmm.
That's nice.
Not that I've ever dug for clams, but
I like to watch some of these singers on my computer.
Okay.
One of the guys' names is Ron Rutledge, and he lives he and his sister live in New Jersey. Yeah,
I think I've heard the name. Yeah, I'm not really sure.
yeah.
Not really sure of the music, but I think I've heard.
We all have all these friends across the country that we don't really know in person. It's so weird,
Yeah. I think YouTube or Carnivore, however you want to look at it, it's really opened up the world to a lot of
I
us.
know. We're like in people's houses, and it's just so strange.
Yeah. That is true.
I like it though. It's cool.
Yeah. It's like weird but cool at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want
I mean, if
some-
anybody else wants to test this out, we could, if anybody else wants to come on, Aaron or anybody, just come on real quick and
Do it,
see how many
Aaron.
people, you can see how many people we can fit in the square,
See how we get distorted as we add more people.
Yeah.
Brady Bunch.
Careful.
What do you want? Do you want something from the kitchen?
Huh?
Do you want some more coffee?
Yeah, I like another
Okay,
cup. Of
how
coffee.
are these comments showing up on screen? I can't figure it out. What comments are you talking about, Aaron?
In the list. Click the comments tab.
Well, I can see it doing that, but I just don't see it showing up on the screen. Of course, I don't have it on full view, so maybe that's why.
Yeah.
Let me put everything on full view. I still don't see them. I only see the us in squares, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Is it different on YouTube? Because I'm like on StreamYard right now.
But YouTube doesn't even do that. That's the thing. I mean, YouTube will give you a list. That's all.
Mom's coffee cup this morning.
That's cool. Okay, she's saying it must be a new update on YouTube. Like they're just popping up, she said. Yeah, Aaron, I put a link in
I put it on your dresser.
on here. This is how Terri Sue and Rick are able to come on here. I'll post it again. If you'd like to come on and explain what you're talking about. This is great. I'm glad I tested this out. Oh, okay. She said that she is watching me on the big screen, so that might be why. Okay.
He said he thought he'd heard of that name, Ron Rutledge.
Well, it's a popular name. I have a friend with a brother named Ron Rutledge.
Oh.
No, Aaron. Aaron's being a chicken goat.
Yeah, she said she hasn't brushed her hair yet. Just wear your hat.
Well, I didn't brush mine either. Okay.
I don't have much hair to brush, so I wear the hat. So.
I'm trying to make an improvement here. Just came in from the outside early.
You were fine before, Rick.
Oh wow.
It could be worse.
I'm saying you need like one of your shirts, but with like you wearing with your cat on the back of it or something like that. Yeah, just like Bill Knott with his cat Daisy. You know.
There you go. Well, I don't have anything that has any pictures on it at all.
Rick lives in the past, Mom. He's like,
You what?
he lives in the past. He's like from the 70s or the 60s.
Rick is very retro.
Yeah. He's really retro. He's super retro. He has a wall phone. See?
Oh, really? Oh my God! Does it still work? Or
Yeah.
Yeah, believe it.
Yeah, it works.
I'll be darned.
I don't know if you can hear it.
His whole house is just like antiques, old, really cool tools. For
I
work.
hear the dial tone.
Everything he owns is old, and so he has to have old tools to work on all the old stuff.
That's right.
Yeah, well, some of the old stuff was pretty good stuff.
It was really good stuff. That's why it's still there.
That's exactly right. And when I move to another place, it'll be the same old stuff.
It's not surprising. We know you're never going to modernize.
No, I'm in the I'm in the 50s to 70s. That's modern enough for me.
Yeah.
But there's no advantage. I tell everybody, my old stuff is as good or better than their new stuff. So, and besides, I'm not behind the times. Look, I'm online. I have all my files digitized. I have my inventory barcoded. I have more technology than most of my friends, even though I don't watch TV. I don't go to movies. I don't subscribe to anything. That's just the way I am. They tell me I'm like a modern day Amish person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With very strange organizational skills. But it works.
You should see how much stuff I have. That's the amazing part.
Rick, do you have any Amish people there?
No, it's too hot for them. They would never survive a South Florida summer.
Oh, we have them up here.
They have them in North Florida. I guess somewhere between Tampa and North Florida, there's a community. They come in the wintertime. But as soon as the summer weather comes, they all run away. Because as anybody knows, you can't live in Florida without electricity.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I could see
I
that.
love California. I love the foothills here. It's pretty.
Our weather just right now is doing really primo stuff for a little while before it gets really hot. It's nice.
Yeah, I've never been to California, so
If you came over here, you would like it. I mean, it's nice.
sure.
You can see the draw. You see why we go through so much political torture to live here, because it's such a beautiful state. But man, it sure can get.
Yeah, but it's been a crazy
Crazy.
year. Last year, with all the rain, with all the fires and stuff that we had.
Oh yeah, I can imagine.
Mm-hmm.
I hate fire season.
But the foothills are really nice. Really nice. More country. I like that country life.
We're gonna get a guest.
Who's coming?
Aaron.
There she is. Well,
I put a hat on.
See,
Live from the trailer.
That's our
you
little
look great.
the perfect girl.
I don't know how like messed up it's gonna be out here, but I've got to be outside. They're on the trampoline.
No, it looks good.
Okay,
Well,
cool. Keep talking.
a little bouncy with the trampoline, but you know.
Yeah, it'll be bouncing. Sure.
So can you fit 2 more people in that square now, Thomas?
I don't know until another square popped up, so it's saying I can do at least one more, but I would think I could do at least 2 more.
This one.
And
You know,
then
like, I don't know until I bring them in. You know, it's like one of those things.
maybe I'll hit.
So far, including me, we have 4 people.
Where are you going? Are you going to the trampoline right now?
What?
I'm talking
Yeah,
to
watch him. I'm
Boo.
going to watch him.
I thought you were going to go over there and jump so I could watch your
Damn it.
uterus fall out.
So Aaron, is the trampoline like full of its ups and downs or no?
Got him. I figured I'd bounce on her.
Hey.
Trampolines are so fun when you're a kid. I remember when I was a little girl, we used to go to the golf course where my stepdad would golf, and they had a big old thing of trampolines all over. They were in the ground, so you're like at ground level. And it was the funnest thing in the whole world just to go there and jump. You pay like, I don't know, $2 for 45 minutes or something. And just, they leave all the kids there while the parents went and golfed, and we're all just jumping around trampolines, breaking our necks and shit. It was pretty fun.
That's cool. Yeah, one time I went to a trampoline park for my nephew's birthday, and that was pretty cool.
And you see how many talented people can just jump and do crazy things, They're really talented. I have an abscess tooth. I'm all swollen, and I need to go to the dentist today. I called my dentist yesterday. They won't even let me in. They said, you need to go to prompt care. And I'm like, oh.
What's a dentist?
And it's been my dentist forever, and I know I have to take an antibiotic to get the infection down. This is just now starting. It's driving me crazy.
My cat ripped my finger open.
That's terrible.
Yeah, but it's healing up. I've never had an antibiotic in my whole
Erin
life.
showed her wound too.
Those cat wounds they get your finger really sore for a day or two.
Okay, so there's two comments for Rick with Frail Grandma. First one is, Rick is brave. He posted his phone number and some strange old woman called him. You got to be careful of that, Rick.
Tomorrow morning you get your chance again.
Yeah. And then the next one is from her again, is T-shirt idea for you, Rick. Image of a black cat on the back of a white shirt looking like cartoon holding onto a wall.
Were you on the
A little
camera?
menace.
I didn't even see you walking by.
That would be funny.
Problem is, most of the time when I wear t-shirts, nobody can see
Town
it.
Girl. So.
You on the screen, buddy. I don't
Now, what's the name of that dog again, Erin?
know.
Yeah.
What is it?
Nacho.
Oh, Nacho, like the cheese. Okay. I thought you said dough. I'm like, dough.
All the animals and all the kids have really weird names, I swear. That's what I love about the family, because it's so good.
Yeah, all the dogs. Usually the animals are all named after food.
I
we
know,
got
like a cat named Potato is just retarded.
Yeah, Potato. And for some reason they named Janet, which was just like, it's not a food. What are you guys doing?
Damn it, Janet.
It's got a skewed theme going on. None of us can figure out the theme.
Yeah. Well, when I was a kid in high school, the biggest thing was the Rocky Horror Show. It was huge.
Yeah.
And she had to remind me of that with the Janet, damn it, Janet thing. I hate being old and forgetting shit like that. But she reminds me of junk, because she reminds me if she was my daughter, I'd be cracking up, because she's just like the same age to be my daughter. Living out there in the little chicken farm with geese.
Yeah, my sister, for some reason, names all of her dogs after alcohol. Yeah, the first one was Guinness, then it was Jaeger, and now this one is tequila.
I guess when it gets to be hard times, you go outside to call your dog, somebody might bring you a bottle.
Yeah. Hey, come on, tequila. Come on. Yeah, and they're all Rottweilers.
Oh, that's a heavy breed to feed.
Yeah.
Lots of
So they're good dogs. Two of them passed away, but tequila's a good dog.
My uncle had a Rottweiler. It had, I loved her. Her name was Gretchen, and she was just so nice. And she loved fetch. She could hold like 3 tennis balls in her mouth at the same time.
Aww. Wretched.
And they'll definitely try. Yeah, even if they couldn't, they definitely do what they can to.
I like
It
when they
looks
have
like
when they have a big old stick in their mouth and they're trying to get through something and they can't get past it. It's
I
always
remember
fun.
my mom's friend had a dog. It was a mutt, but it was part Great Dane and part Black Lab. So it was a pretty big dog, and
Yeah.
he used to carry around tree branches, like huge, thick tree branches everywhere. Like that's what it didn't fetch for sticks; it just fetched for tree branches.
See, and being the lab part, it would want to fetch the stick,
Yeah, yeah.
and then
And being a
being
big size like a Great Dane.
Dane, which usually is just like a loafer.
And
Oh,
it
they're
was funny.
huge.
Whenever it thundered out, it was scared of the thunder, so it used to go behind the couch. And while everybody was on the couch, it would just move it across the room as it was going behind the couch.
They're good dogs. My cousin had them for a long time. They don't live very long. They have a pretty
No,
short life.
no.
That's a sad part on them. Well, it looked like this one okay. I look like shit, so hopefully this doesn't get put out anywhere.
I never, like I said, I always just put the hat on because no matter what, I look like crap. But once I put the hat on, then it's just okay. It's just guy looks like crap with a hat. So.
I didn't have a hat here to grab, so I just decided to go raw. Well, it looks like it's working and everything sounds good. And actually, I signed up on this one way easier than I do with Mitch. So I
Oh,
don't know what.
really?
Yeah, usually with Mitch, I have a hard time getting in. I think his stuff is way more complex.
Well, it's funny. A couple times, like I went to go on the Mitch, and like it takes a while because like I don't think he even noticed I was there.
He never does. He just leaves you sitting there forever. He doesn't pay attention.
I'll put in the
Ram.
comments. I don't think Mitch sees me.
Mitch is such a trip. I can't even explain what it is about him that we're all attracted to because he's such a
Yeah,
crazy man.
I think it's because he's just real, and
Yeah, he's just something. I'm not sure what. But it changed our lives, without having that morning live every morning because I was just really super hooked on that.
yeah.
Yeah, it was like a total thing.
Yeah.
Get up, drink coffee with it. It was awesome. And then he changed it to like later in the day, and I'm like, I'll never get anything done.
I know that messed me up too, but I
I
adapted to it.
know.
Are you cold?
But we were
I
doing
just
it for
listen
a
while
long
doing
time.
other
Hello,
things.
Rocky.
Oh, there's Milty.
Your shoes
See,
are
my
wet.
little friend is here.
Is that
Okay.
Milton?
We're gonna go. So
Okay.
at least you can put 4 people on.
Yeah, I'm grateful that you guys came on and we tested this all out.
Yeah, okay, we'll go inside. It's chilly today. It's like 50 out here.
We're doing
It's
our
cold.
part, and you're not saying Thomas. You're doing really good.
I thank you. I appreciate
You
that.
were going to say, I know.
Mick, mick.
I knew.
Bye.
Bye, Aaron. Okay.
All right, that was pretty cool. So
What's the matter, Milton?
yeah, it's hard for me not to say the U word though. I have to admit that.
You'll get over it because I know I've made you conscious of it, and so you'll start thinking.
Not just you. Not just you.
Other people too. Oh, good. I'm glad I'm not the only one picking on you.
Well,
I'm not trying to be picking on you. Just
no, and you're just trying to help me be better than I am, and that's good. I appreciate that.
What makes the conversation better? I think the one thing that Mitch does is he'll always go, wow, wow, wow. That's his little intermittent. Sometimes he'll go, wow, wow, wow.
Yeah.
But he doesn't do the or a lot of people that say like a lot, like this and like that. I've done that before. I've been stuck in that like mode where you go.
Well, what used to annoy me is my mom's friend, which obviously is a little bit older. She used to say, "Whatever," and like I'd say to her, "I'm like, you're in your 60s. I'm sorry, but whatever is more of a teenage thing, It's like,
I'm sure I still say it.
Like, go do your homework, Lily. Whatever." Yeah.
It's just weird the trends that come up.
Yeah, I think it just becomes like an automatic.
A friendly cat.
I think I've told you I used to have a black cat at one time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Black cats are the best cats. The ones I've had are always the best. Cute little thing.
I've never had a black cat. My dad always had black cats. I've always had white cats. But I don't want a white cat ever again because that is the worst thing to try to keep out of your house is that white cat fur. It's horrible.
I don't get much cat hair. Yeah, you don't shed much.
Is there a lot of like bugs and stuff in the yard now the bananas fell over? Like
Not
like
really.
gnats and
More
stuff?
bugs than there used to be. When I had ducks, there were 0 bugs.
Why did the ducks leave the yard?
Raccoons.
Damn raccoons. We just can't control the animal life.
Well, that's it.
Let you eat it.
Get rid of the raccoons. If you see me with a coonskin cap, then you know I took care of the problem.
Uh-oh.
Okay, so Oaktown Girl saying that she bets carnivore cats shed less.
Yeah, he doesn't shed much at all.
They probably do shed less.
Look at this beautiful cat.
Well, they're probably holding on to,
Yeah,
more nutrients.
he's super shiny and smooth. Yeah, he's very shiny.
And he's heavy too. He weighs a lot now.
He's all muscle.
Yeah.
How old is he now, Rick?
Maybe 6-7 months.
He's a baby.
This thing he's a beast. Let me tell you, he's a beast.
He's a good cat.
Mm-hmm.
Even though he likes to scratch it up.
I can turn him over. He doesn't bother. He's a good cat. You purring?
You can tell he's used to the abuse. He likes it.
Let me just stretch and scratch your eyes out.
Just show the camera my starfish, Dad. We all want to see my starfish.
Gorgeous cat.
Well, I guess I'm going to scroll around and see what else is going on. This just popped up when I was going, okay, what am I going to do next? And
Yeah, I'm glad that actually it's at least making the announcements, because my biggest worry was how are people going to know that we're doing live, So I'm trying to put it out there, Sorry, I said it a couple times.
Well, we probably don't really want that many in the beginning anyway, because who knows how.
No, I don't. But I'm saying like for people to watch it, like on the chats, not necessarily in the panel, but.
But it's like with Mitch's panel, it's always the same people, like all the time. No one else really ever goes in.
And sometimes, I like Mitch's panel. I like everybody on it, but sometimes it gets a little overloaded. It's just.
Well, Mitch overtalks everybody anyway. You know that.
That's true.
That's true.
We just kind of sit there and just stare at him. Like, what are you talking about, Mitch?
Well, Mitch is very personable, so. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He just loves to talk. He's just a lonely little Jewish man. Just cracks me up. That's part of the draw to him, Like if I was his next door neighbor, I would be going over there and having coffee with him.
Well, what's funny is, did you see the first time I was ever on his panel when he said that I looked like a younger twin?
Yes, he showed the pictures.
Yeah, because his beard was darker when he was young and all.
Yeah.
No one ever says that about me. I don't look like anybody else.
You look the same since you were a baby. I saw that baby picture of your mom holding you the other day, and I'm like, that's just a little tiny miniature.
Rick.
Rick, he just hasn't got to 6'6" yet.
And I'll be 57 in a couple of months. That's a funny thing.
Well, you don't look 57.
I cut my hair yesterday. I was looking through it. I couldn't find any gray hair, so that's pretty good for someone that my mom swore I'd lose my hair for putting lard in it.
I think you've saved yourself because you have low technology household. You probably don't have all this magnetic bullshit going through your house like the rest of us do.
I don't even have Wi-Fi. It's all wired.
I mean, we're getting fried brains right now, probably.
You're right.
In my house, I have 4 Alexases in here, and it's just a double-wide mobile home. I'm just being Wi-Fi to death.
I don't like Wi-Fi. It always fails. I went wired. Everything's wired. Even my headphones, everything's wired.
It's crazy.
Even you, Rick? Are you wired?
No, because I'm a carnivore. When I was eating vegan foods, I was wired.
He's so level all the time. Nothing gets Rick excited.
You should see what a bad temper I had when I was on the plant-based diet.
It could make a difference because of the farting. That's why.
That was the other problem. I can tell you a story about the courthouse elevator. When they got to the next floor, everybody was leaving. It was that bad.
I believe it.
You ever had like food that went bad, like vegetables in the back of your refrigerator and how rotten and nasty it was? That's what it was like, but much worse.
I don't ever have that happen now because there's not any vegetables in here barely. Every now and then I have some salad from mom, but yeah, those slimy days of picking out slimy shit, it's gone.
I used to have to make my mom salad. We'd buy those bags of spring mix and spinach. And then
Yeah.
after 2 or 3 days, the dark, slimy crap was in there.
Yeah.
And you'd have to pick it out. Oh,
It only takes a day or two a lot of times. It's so irritating.
it's bad. I mean, I thought to myself, how could this stuff be in the store? And then a couple days later, it's rotten. And then we always had to buy more. Plus, my mom ate a lot of bread, so that was always going bad. Just one thing after
The
the
homemade bread is actually good. You want the bread to go bad because that means it doesn't have the preservatives that our regular bread has. So it has some kind of a little bit of goodness to it. If you
Right.
don't get processed bread, if you get fresh bread, it's not as bad.
That's right.
But vegetables, it's like sometimes I want some lettuce just because, and then you buy a head of lettuce and it's brown in a couple of days. Or if it doesn't turn brown, they've sprayed it with some glycinate or whatever it is.
I don't even know why anybody want to eat lettuce. Every
And
time
it's
I
like
made
apple.
hamburgers, I never understood the lettuce or tomato or all the other stuff. I just leave that off.
Yeah, it's always never.
Well, they brainwash you when you're a kid. Here, let's put some lettuce and cheese and pickles and shit and mayonnaise and mustard. They just load your sandwich all up till it's a big old dagwood, and then you're eating it, and then you wonder why you gained 50 pounds.
I mean, even when I was younger, I didn't really like lettuce and tomato on my. I do maybe some pickles on the side, not even on the burger. I just
You
have
don't
some.
like a bacon and lettuce and tomato sandwich?
Not tomato. No,
Oh my God!
I like a bacon sandwich without the bread, but not.
There you go.
Well, in the old days, when you had a toast and then you put the
Yeah, BLT. Yeah, no, I never was really.
Kudo BLTs. Now you made me want one.
I always hated sandwiches. I don't know why.
Well, I'm not really much on mayonnaise either, so that might be part of
Me
the problem.
either.
Well,
The only time I eat mayonnaise is like if I make deviled eggs. That's really the only time I like.
Yeah, you got to have it for that. But that's where Mitch is good on stuff because he doesn't like to eat a lot of stuff. He's a very picky eater. So when you're a picky eater, it makes it way easier to carnivore out. Right?
It does because you have like less choices.
You're not having to pick a bunch of things to get rid of.
Yeah, I mean now when I do my deviled eggs, I actually do it with sour cream.
They're good like that too. I just use regular mayonnaise though because I like it. If I'm going to make deviled eggs, I want them to taste my way.
Yeah, I remember actually seeing a video with Dr. Barry making mayonnaise, bacon mayonnaise.
I used to make it for my mom from lard.
Lard mayonnaise?
Yep.
But wouldn't that get hard in the fridge?
It will. But the thing is that when mom was ready to eat, I'd take it out in the morning. And then after an hour or two, it's already liquid. It's ready to go.
That's true.
So
it doesn't
I
melt.
just put it back in the refrigerator afterwards.
That's pretty cool.
I mean, it didn't seem to go bad. That was the funny thing. I guess with all that lard in there wasn't much for the bacteria to eat.
That's true too, because yeah.
I always used to say, go heavy on the lard to get the maximum heart attack.
Okay. Boy, got a lot of people on here. Wow.
I told you, you're the new carnivore celebrity.
I probably mispronounced the name, but Simmican Johns.
Simpson, yeah.
Is it Simpson?
I think it is.
I don't. It just looks like it should be Simmican. I don't know why.
Yeah, but there's no I. It would be S-I.
Or Simkin?
Sin, I think.
Yeah, Sim. And then Mr. Irel. Never heard this one. Miss
Irises?
Irises, thank you. Yeah. Oaktown I've seen on with Mitch.
If you think this chat is funny, just drop in at 8 tomorrow morning and you'll see real funny.
I have to
Always,
get up.
Rick. Always.
I have to get up at 5 a.m. for yours. It's harsh. But sometimes I'm already awake because it's okay.
Well, mine seems to go on a long time. So even if you get up at 8, it's what, 11?
It's still going on
here.
Yeah.
I'm still
I
blabbing
know,
away.
but it's fun to be there at the beginning.
How long were you and me talking that one time? Almost
It had
4
to
hours.
be at least
Oh, yeah,
a couple hours or more.
Yeah, like 2 or 3 hours. You guys are just on
And
the phone.
I have no idea.
It was supposed to be a short phone call. I remember Thomas
It,
just going,
it, it was because
"Oh, no."
I don't expect to really talk for very, very long, I guess sometimes.
It was funny.
People
But
just suck it right in, you know?
once you get into Rick's talking, it goes on and on and on because I can out talk anybody. I may not look like I talk much, but when I get going, watch out.
Well, you guys had a good banter that day. It's kind of nice because it gave you something to do other than all of us were all watching and listening and everything too.
Well, you know, what's funny is like I kept on reading the chats, like, is that Thomas? That sounds like Thomas. Is that
Mm-hmm.
Thomas?
Well, I prefer these groups because what I don't like are these really big live streams where you have 300, 400, 500,000 people in there, like the Dr. Barry live stream. I don't even waste my time with that anymore.
Yeah.
Why
No,
bother?
neither
Comments are
Well,
streaming
there's
by like crazy.
no personalization.
And don't get me wrong, I like Dr. Barry. I agree. There's something gets lost in that.
Actually, the same thing's happening with Carrie's live stream. You got so many people in there. Now you just get lost in the crowd. I go there just say hi to my friends because Carrie
Yeah.
ain't going to talk to me. He's too busy with the important people.
Well, you watch the channels and you see how they've evolved over the last couple of years. Some of them have changed so much.
Yeah.
That's right. But not mine. It's still Rick's personal channel.
People just kind of come and go, I think.
That's it.
Erin just said that she gets she got a shout out one time from Dr. Barry.
No.
Of course, she
I used
misspelled
to-
Barry. She said Dr. Barry, so maybe she's talking about somebody different than what we're talking about. LOL.
Check out. I had a friend that watched his channel in 2021 and 2022, but I was like, man, you ask a question, if you don't pay for it, he ain't going to answer it. I thought, oh, forget it. And then I started looking at all these smaller channels. The next thing you know, the one guy says, oh, you've been carnivore for how long? I want to interview you. And then that was a big deal. And then when Kerry started his carnivore journey, I told him how long I was carnivore, and he was all excited about that. And then it moves, next thing you know, it's Dr. Baker and Dr. Chafee and all these channels contacting me. And for a while, it was going and going. But then once everybody knows who I am, it's like, well, okay, we all know about the old quack. We'll find some new people, and that's a good thing because nobody wants to be a quack.
It's shocking because I'll troll around in those sometimes and I find you guys with interviews with all kinds of different people over the last few years, which I didn't even know any of you then, but to see you being interviewed a year or two ago. Same with you, Thomas. There's a whole bunch of people. Even Erin, she's been interviewed a bunch of times by different people.
Mm-hmm. I think in the interview space, the number one channel to start with is the Dave Mack channel. That's what I always do.
He's a
that's
pro.
Most.
Dave is a pro, man.
Yeah, he's the official carnivore. I know they have the documentary movie, but the real documentary starts with Dave Mack's channel. And he's interviewed me, once or twice. I don't know. He started his channel with an interview for me. And then after that, it's just been one after the other. The guy's a machine. There's nobody else.
He's good because he lets you talk. He lets you just talk and talk and talk. He doesn't interrupt.
I like Dave Mack's style. It's
I think it's better that way too.
I agree.
With Mitch, it's the opposite.
Well, and Mitch has said that several times. Like, it's his show, and
So he does his show.
I respect that. I do.
He's getting what he needs out of the show.
Right. So it kind of gives him a soapbox, so to speak.
Yeah. It's true.
Well, that's the difference. My channel is your channel, so I'm not going to dominate it.
Well, I kind of feel that having the other people on, is beneficial to me as well.
I remember the first time I got on Mitch's, because I never have done that before, and my heart was beating so hard out of my chest. I was so nervous. Now I'm not nervous anymore, so I lost that somehow.
Yeah, I think you can do something over and over again. It's like repetition. So, it's like I guess like StreamYard brain muscle or something like that.
At first, it gave me a ton of anxiety, but now I don't care.
Well, I just put the link in one more time because Lewis is actually in the chat. So if Lewis wants to join us, he's more than welcome.
Lewis.
So we can congratulate him on the new air fryer he got from Dr. Kill.
I know.
Nice.
It's not fair. I wanted that air fryer so bad. It looks like a really nice one.
I
I got
gotta
up
tell
this
you.
morning and I signed up and I fell back asleep and I thought, I'll go check and see if I won.
Anyone that got up that early deserves it.
I know. That's what
I actually won this
I felt entitled.
from Dr. Kill stuff.
What is
The
that? I was
Vitello?
wondering, what
It's
is,
like an electrolyte mix.
Oh.
is it a powder?
Yeah. Dr. Kilt puts it out. So
Dr. Kilt sells a line of products, doesn't he?
he does, yeah, quite a bit.
That's good. That way he can get a little bit out of his. He puts a lot into his YouTube and might as well make some money out of it. You know, if you can sell a product, that's a good thing.
That's
Yeah.
why they want that movie to go too, because they need some damn income to
The
cover
movie, I don't know. What's going to happen if it bombs?
It's 50-50 in my mind. It's either going to make it or it's not, or it's something that'll maybe in a year from now it might
All right, welcome to the
cash up on
stage.
Netflix or something like that, and then
Lewis.
we can start watching.
Hey,
it.
Lewis.
Hi, Lewis.
Hey guys,
How we doing?
I have to pause YouTube. How's it going? I'm at work.
Are you?
Yeah,
I'm at work being retired.
what's going on? Yeah, can you believe that air fryer? I can't believe it. I cannot believe it.
I know,
Were
and
you
it
really
was-
shocked when you saw your name?
Well, it was like the most entries they've ever had. So I was like, oh, I'm not gonna get it.
You got
You
it.
know, first one, boom.
You better go
Who
buy
was
a
the second
power.
winner?
Go buy a Powerball ticket, Lewis.
I know I should.
Do you remember who the
Sure.
second winner was, Lewis?
I didn't recognize the name. I don't know.
Okay. Probably some flyby person. Right?
I was too busy emailing Alia my address.
Yep. That's another, you know, Elia's another one. She interviewed me. I think I was her first interview also.
See, that's what I'm saying. You're good luck there, Rick. You know?
I must be. I think it is. People are not intimidated by me.
Maybe
They
not
have-
for yourself, but you're good luck for everybody.
yeah, right. Well, myself, I don't go anywhere. You know me. I'm just kind of stuck in the duck pond with the ducks waddling around.
Alia has such a good presence on there. She's so precise and smart.
You know what I love about her, and I tell her this all the time. You know, Dr. Kiltz is that boss that we've all had
The high energy.
that just gets these ideas and is like
She catches them.
and she has to make it happen,
Yeah.
right? And I see it. Some people don't see it, but I see him saying like, "This
She's a-
link is it on our website?" And she's like, "It is not on our website." But and I always tell her, I message her, I'm like, "Ellie, it's so funny how you are that you have to just make it happen."
That's true.
Because Dr. Kill doesn't know how things, you know, how to make things get, you know, online and stuff like that. So it's funny. So yeah, she's really good.
Yeah, it's like the comic bubble in his head.
I know. It was like, I remember one point he was like, just paste the Zoom link on Facebook. And we were like, no, they have to join the website.
He has the idea, but he doesn't know how to. He doesn't know how to-
Exactly.
He can't conceive it, so
Like,
she
that's-
does that.
And I get it. He wants people to come online, but you also want people to sign up. It's free to sign up, you know? So
The only one.
Yeah. Yeah.
All these other groups are pay to play. You know, they want to
listen,
take your pet money
And you,
and give it to
and you
them.
know he's paying.
Nope.
You know he's
I
paying
ain't
for
giving you
that.
$30 a month.
You know he's paying for that,
I know.
and he's like the Robin Hood of the community.
Well, you remember
You know?
remember back when Carrie was first begging for money for the movie, and Kiltz put $1,000 in the 24-hour live stream. He's like, $1,000? Wow, who is this guy? Incredible.
Can you imagine that? I know.
And now, what was his last thing? He is matching if up to $100,000 or something like that.
Oh,
If I guess he makes his money from his fertility clinics and the products he sells. That's good.
I think he does well. He does well.
Yeah,
100%.
I don't think he's struggling in any way.
I used to think of him as a used car salesman because of the way he talks, but I got new respect for him. I even joined his group because I'm like, wow, he's impressive. And, you know, Mitch was the one, Mitch and Alia, those are the two that kind of convinced me that Dr. Kiltz was actually one of the good guys. And I thought, you know, I'd like to join his group, but I don't have any money. Oh, it's free. I'm in. Boom. And that was it.
Yeah.
I know
And he
that's the only
plans on
group you're
keeping
in,
it that
Rick,
way
right?
too. He's not planning on.
Oh, I'm in. I got an interview. I mean, what, next week or whatever it is, Allie has scheduled me to come in. I have to get up at 5 in the morning, which I'm not thrilled about, but I'll do it. You
Well,
know, I mean,
Peter goes there too. Papa Carnivore. He's over
Yeah,
yeah,
there.
he's there a
Well,
lot.
he's
I think
everywhere.
he's a moderator in his group as well, or something like
That's
that.
true, Louis. Like,
Yeah.
where isn't Papa Carnivore? You know.
Actually, I haven't really seen him recently.
And I think he's afraid to antagonize Mitch, and he's just kind of staying away.
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna really do it with Mitch for two.
I don't even, you know.
Yeah, that's a whole
Were any of
different
you guys
animal.
on last night with Mitch? Did he have his private? Was it yesterday?
Yeah, he
Thursday
did.
night?
Yeah, he did.
It went well.
How is he?
He's doing good. He's doing
Very
good.
good. Yeah, like, and it's you know, I would join Mitch's channel, but I feel like I hate giving Google so much money.
Yeah.
He's
Like
the
it's
only
just
one.
really,
He's
yeah.
the only one that I pay for the $3.99 a month. thing.
Oh, I do a monthly buy me a coffee for him. I get nothing for that, but he gets the money. You know, I don't want to give it to Google. But
Yeah.
Mitch, you know, you can tell he talks a little different, but his mind, he's still himself, you
Yeah.
know,
Oh
which
yeah,
is really, really good.
he's sparking real good. The wires are a little twisted, but it's coming about.
Well,
He'll be all
Okay.
right.
remember when he had the stroke, what I said, give him a month, he'll be back. And I was
Yeah.
You're
right.
right.
Yep, I was
Yeah.
right. I
And
know
one
the
thing
type.
I want to tell him is how I'm not happy with him because, and you were kind of just talking about this about his channel. He keeps everything so tight. When stuff happened, we had no way of communicating with each other,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
Well,
Like
No, I
if
agree.
he would have had a Facebook group or something,
I know, yeah.
there was
Well, I
no
don't have
way.
a Facebook group.
But I'm just saying, you know, something, you know.
Got a phone number.
Well, I mean, the point,
It
like,
worked out. It
knows
worked
how to
out
communicate
well.
with some, at least one or two of us. You know.
Right, right. It was
Ellen got us.
well, Ellen was like putting stuff in like in comments on old videos. Like no one's gonna see
Well,
that,
yeah, that was the only way we had.
you know. So yeah, I'm not happy.
Mm-hmm.
That was annoying to me, you know. But that's what he made. He kind of made that
The fact
situation.
that he has a fan base that was that concerned that everybody just got in there because you saw how many views he got after he got that stroke.
100%.
I know,
100%.
it's insane
yeah.
how people are so involved with tragedy. It just makes you think about human nature and like, what is wrong with us? Everybody's nutty.
Just imagine when I have my heart attack, I'll finally get more subscribers.
You're not going to
Yeah.
have a heart attack.
Well,
I
he's
have
been
one every
working
day.
on it for 40. The chicken, the iguana.
Duck, turkey, burgers.
What we do with Milton, we'll be worried about Milton.
Well, you should see him right now. He's fast asleep. This cat has turned into the nicest cat I've had in a long time. Yes, a cute little thing.
How old is it?
He was like a kitten in October, like a month or so.
Oh,
And so he's probably 6-7 months old now.
nice.
Lewis, what'd you end up naming that last kitten you were going to name a month ago or so?
You're gonna have to remind me which kitten that was. There's lots in my life.
It was about a month or so ago, and you had a cat, and you were trying to think of a name, and you hadn't had one yet.
I have to see my list. Let me see my list. I know I have. How many cats are in our care right now? There are.
I think it was an orange cat. Is it an little orange kitten?
Yeah. So Bacon, right? He's been adopted. He's moved on. Yeah, but his name was Bacon, and then they renamed him Tipsy.
I like Bacon more.
Good name.
You know,
Yeah, well, we call him Tipsy Bacon.
tipsy bacon.
Yeah,
For people that go get tipsy after they have too much bacon.
I guess so. Yeah.
Which is not really true, but you know, because you can never have too much bacon.
No.
At least not in my world. You can never have too much bacon.
I had bacon snack last night. It was good. I was eating bacon when I was watching the live stream last night. I got that Costco frozen weird bacon. It's very clean actually, and it's little small strips. They're kind of thin.
Ends
They're,
and pieces.
they're perfect for snack. You throw it in the microwave really fast. Quick.
So one thing I never did was snack.
Well, it wasn't
It's
really a
good.
snack. It was the after dinner meat fest.
Well, it's part of dinner then.
Yeah, it was in my window. It wasn't a snack.
I
Don't
don't.
don't shame me.
I may be the only carnivore that eats 3 times a day. Maybe that's why I don't snack.
Well, it's because you're so tall. Can't fill up.
Yeah, you got
How
you gotta
much?
keep the
How much
height,
do you
you
eat?
know?
Do you eat a
How
lot
much? Usually about 2 pounds of meat per meal.
That's
per
a
meal?
lot.
Yeah.
Wow.
I have a huge appetite. You know, you
Oh,
can
that's
ask Russ
good.
Mitchell for Homesick Buckeye. He took me to the Brazilian steakhouse. You can ask him how much I ate. I would have kept eating, but he had to go.
It's because you're so busy, and you do a lot of mental thought while you're always working on things and fixing stuff, and that takes a
That's
lot of
true.
energy.
My
Hmm.
mind is always going. You're right about that.
You're feeding your brain more than you're probably feeding your body.
That's true. Although I do a lot of physical work, and then to save fuel, I ride my bike because my transmission's kind of flaky in the van until I get my truck running. And even when I get my truck running, I think I'll still continue the short trips on the bike because it's faster, and I get to see the ducks and iguanas more up close, so I can find their nests. I see the mamas waddling around, and then I come back later and grab their eggs. So the bike thing actually turns out to be an advantage.
It is. It's a good, healthy habit to keep if you can.
That's it.
Lori just joined in.
Oh,
Lori,
Hello,
morning
Lori.
glory. She gonna come in?
I don't
oh
know.
dear,
She's
yeah.
invited to. Is she like?
Oh, she's in the
I
chat.
mean, everybody can come in. Like, I think I can fit up to 6 people. So
How much time do you get?
This is the free one.
But don't you only get 5 hours a month? Isn't something
um,
like
yeah, I'm not really sure. So
I
I'll
think
find out.
Aaron
When
said you only
I
get
mean,
5
we're
hours,
already over an hour. We're about an hour and 15 minutes at this point.
and you only get 5 hours for the entire month.
Yeah, so I gotta be careful for the next one.
That's why I just
Imagine you have to cancel your live because you used all the time, all the hours practicing.
all the time today.
That sounds like a Thomas thing that would happen.
Pull up there and buy really fast.
Oh, Aaron says
Can
you still
imagine
get
my
20 hours from
Sorry, no live on the 14th.
Or
You know,
yeah, or
podcast.
it will be like 5 minutes long because then it'll be like
Yeah.
your time is up.
you have to do a call in directly on YouTube.
How do you do it, Rick?
Yeah, what do you use, Rick?
I just use YouTube and OBS and a rotary phone.
And that gives you unlimited time, or
Yeah, YouTube is unlimited time. The streaming software, I don't use StreamYard. I just use what I have on my computer when it doesn't crash, which they usually
Which
does.
is OBS, right?
Yeah.
And so, how do people connect into you? Like to call?
They
You
can't.
don't. Right.
That's why I
just
have
you.
the phone.
Right.
I
Oh,
just
right.
have to call my phone number and it goes through the mixer. I got the mixer right here.
Yeah. Can you help Nancy with her?
it was this part here that made me want to do streaming.
Hey, Nancy. I see sweet potato fries.
Interaction with
Old
stuff.
mixer.
Oh, wow.
Got the XLR plug,
Yeah.
Got the old microphone
You
from
always
the
have a really good show and
50s.
tell there, Rick. Yeah. I feel like I'm at school and you're like going in front of the class showing us all your gadgets and everything.
I love the gadgets. It's old stuff.
Yeah.
Who's that?
Yeah, I hear
I
that.
I have some background noise. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
Someone is here.
Okay, so Feral Grandma's asking the question, not a Q, but another odd, cool guy is Dr. Nelson Vasquez. Yes, he is.
Yep.
I love the word. I love the term
probably
odd
like Dr.
cool.
Kelp
Odd
has
cool
him
guy.
with him.
I sometimes have a hard time understanding his enunciations.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Maybe because it's early in the morning when I'm listening to him.
Language,
But
accent.
I like him because he's helped me quite a bit with the diabetes and stuff like that. You know,
He doesn't even seem like a real doctor to me for some reason. I don't know why.
Yeah, you know what's weird? I mean, I guess it's not weird, but like when doctors get so sick, does that make sense?
I've seen a lot of
So
sick
you would
doctors.
think they wouldn't,
Yeah.
because, you know.
Or doctors that are so fat. That's
Like
I actually had a
well,
doctor
it's all
tell me
connected,
I have a heart attack.
Yeah. I remember when I was a kid, I had a doctor who was like almost 400 pounds, or at least
Yeah,
looked like.
yeah.
I mean, of
My
course, I
husband
was about 6 years old, so they probably looked like he was 400 pounds at 6.
Well, the problem is that you're trying to talk to them and they're breathing hard like they were running a marathon. It's like you're not even moving. You're just sitting in the chair. Like, oh,
I know it's
so
awful.
frustrating. Your cholesterol is the highest I've ever seen in a 28-year-old. You're going to have heart disease by your 50s. I'm thinking to myself, man, I'm going to be 57 in a couple of months and I haven't dropped dead yet. I went by the doctor's office. It's gone. It's now part of a dialysis center.
Yeah.
And those doctors, they got to feel judged every time they walk in the front door of their practice when they know that they don't look healthy. It's got to make your job harder when you know that you don't look like you probably should look for
What I
yourself.
can't understand, maybe somebody else can explain it to me, but if you're starting to get fat, doesn't it make it hard to do things? I mean, can you imagine trying to sit down on the floor like I do or bend over and you got this massive gut sticking out? And it's just, to me, it seems like it would be uncomfortable, but I guess they get used to it. I don't know.
It is. It's sad.
Well, I think what it is like a lot of times when you feel like you have no choice, you just it becomes complacent, I guess.
And it just starts adding up so fast. It's
Yeah.
like a roll of toilet paper. Once you get to a certain point in your poundage, then it'll just roll on forever if you don't
I
stop.
mean, when I was heavier, I don't remember feeling much different, in the concept. And
But
I don't know
when
if
you
you guys
bend
know
over
or
and
not, but I used to be 379 pounds.
when your abdomen is sticking out. See, I like it now because mine's flat, so it's good. But right now I'm on
You lost a lot of
steroids.
weight too, Lois, right?
I'm on
Yeah.
steroids. I gained 10 pounds like in the last 2 weeks, you guys. It's insane from the steroids.
I've
Wow.
never been able to gain weight. Ever.
Yeah, I've been going up and down lately. It's been
You look good, Lewis. You're just like
yeah.
all
No,
healthy.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
So I gotta look back in the chats here.
Oh, I know.
Lori asked me, how am I feeling? I'm feeling very good, Lori, especially since I know that I can bring people on without any problems.
I can't see the regular YouTube chat. Where'd it go?
Well, I'm not looking at the YouTube chat. I'm looking at the StreamYard chat.
Oh.
I'm guessing it transfers over to YouTube.
So yeah, they're asking. Yeah, Erin's right. There's not that much going in the chat. We're not going to miss questions. They're
Right.
asking about your work, Thomas. How's work going?
Work is fine.
Listen, you work at
I'm still getting used to it. It's a lot of
you
walking
work the
around.
night. You work the night shift at
I work from 10 p.m. to 6 a.m.
What
You
do you
gotta see crazy people, and you must have crazy stories.
Yeah.
There's a lot of weirdos out there. Yeah.
Yeah. See, that is good. That is good YouTube. I think.
Scary.
Yeah.
Of all jobs for you to pick, you pick a graveyard shift job in a crazy town.
Right in crazy New Jersey.
The weird thing is, I actually have a quick check right in the same complex that I live at. So originally I picked it because I wouldn't have to drive. I just walk over there and that would be it. But
That's good.
for some reason, the manager
you didn't
at
get that one. Right.
Quick check wouldn't hire me because I had my foot issues. At least, I mean, she didn't say that, but you just know.
It sounds like a lawsuit.
Unfortunately, I can't prove
sounds like
that. Yeah.
That's what all this disability stuff is. What teaches us as we get older, just like what Mitch is going through, and just like what you're going through, Thomas. It's like you start seeing the things that you're going to need when you're older, and the things that can happen to you because your life changes in a minute sometimes.
Yeah. I mean, as much as I hated having the walker and stuff like that, I still am grateful for it because at that time,
you have to have those tools.
Now I'm also grateful that I don't need it anymore.
As long as you don't end up like the lady on the Life Call commercial. I've fallen and I can't get up.
Yeah.
Remember with the walker on the side?
Yeah.
It was so fake.
What about the little German guy on his bicycle and laughing and how he falls over sideways on his track? I was that one too.
Okay, I haven't
Laughing,
seen that in a while.
very interesting, I think is what he always said.
God, we got a lot of people on here. Wow, I'm pretty stoked.
You're the carnivore celebrity of the month.
Yeah, but Rick, eventually the month does end. So.
That's right. That's what always happens. Eventually you'll be forgotten, but that's okay. You'll be
Just,
healthy
just
by
like
then.
Star Trek, all good things, you know. But
But the main thing is, even though
accept it while
most
it's
people
there.
might forget you, you're not going to forget how good it feels, and you'll stay
Yeah.
away from the duck food, and you'll keep going forward until you have that massive heart attack, and then you're in God's hands, and your problems are over.
Yep. And that's
That's a simplified
that's
version.
all. That's all we can hope for.
Yeah, that's true.
Because no matter how you eat and how you live, you're still going to drop dead. The thing is, do you want to drop dead from diabetes, cancer, losing pieces at a time, suffering, in pain? Or would you go on Rick's heart attack diet and be strong and healthy and riding your bike all over the place and picking up heavy objects and walking around? I mean, my tire went flat. I had to walk 2 miles to walk that thing home. No problem. Somebody asks you, I need help. You go over there, you help them out, no problem. And then one day you just don't feel quite right. And you go outside and your chest starts to hurt. And you go, oh, Elizabeth, this is the big one. And then, boom, you fall over. And somebody calls 911, and here comes the ambulance. And they go there and they're like, oh, well, we'll put the blanket over him. Let's get the coroner out here. And that's the end of it.
I like your script. That's just a really nice script for the way it is.
Wow. So yeah, it's pretty cool. Lori's saying that very interesting was Artie Johnson.
Yeah.
Yes,
It
that's
was
him.
Artie Johnson.
Yeah, little guy.
Interesting.
Very, very interesting.
Suck it to me.
That was the show. Well, because I was in the high school, during the Vietnam time, and that was the show that saved everybody, from the Vietnam crap that was going on. As far as comedy goes, but I was watching it the other day, and it's like it's really lame now. It's not like it used to be.
Yeah.
It's lame.
I was a kid when that show was on.
Yeah, I was like,
I'm not sure what year it was put out, so I'm not sure if I was a kid
1968 or something to 1973.
Yeah,
okay, so I was about a year when it ended. So
what I remember the most was the banana splits. They had that when I was a little kid, and then they had reruns sometime in the 80s. The banana buggies. I'll never forget that. 1 banana, 2 banana, 3 banana, 4. It's pretty good. My mom said I was always a kid that came running when the commercials came on because I love the commercials. I even remember the cigarette commercials. The Marlboro.
My oldest son, when the MASH, that show MASH, when it came on, when the music would start playing in the helicopter, he would stop whatever he was doing and just run and stand in front of the TV. It was trippy.
My favorite was the Bugs Bunny Roadrunner show. Dun, 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 dun. I hear that come. I come running in from outside.
From cartoons.
TNT and Acme and all the good stuff.
Yeah. Those are the gems of our childhood.
That's right.
The Flintstones and
Boy, Milton is so well behaved. Look at you. Look at the little kitten. So sweet. He's a good kitten. Sure.
Where'd you find Milton?
My neighbor found him roaming around in the street during the hurricane.
Wow.
So he grabbed him so he wouldn't get run over, tried to give him away. Nobody wanted him, and comes over here. You want a cat? I'm like, I don't know.
Oh, yeah, that was Hurricane Milton, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
Did you get him neutered yet?
No, not yet. That's another thing I got to do. But if I take him to the free place, they'll nip his ear, and I don't want them to do that. So I got to find some way.
That's the rule.
Some of them do it, some of them don't. They say
The rule here is if they go in a trap, they ear tip. If they go in a carrier, they don't ear tip. And if a cat is friendly, it can go in a carrier. If a cat is not friendly, it has to go in a trap.
It should be voluntarily how you want it. Sure,
well, my cat's so friendly, he'll ride in the van with me.
The idea of the policy is if it's in the trap, it's assumed it's going to go back outside, and if it's going back outside, it's important that we can see that it's been sterilized from far away.
Now this little guy, he's not going outside. Only when I watch him, because he'll get into fights. He's a little fighter.
You don't want to just in the bad to happen.
Yeah.
Nope.
So
I'm going to get out of here, you guys. But it was fun.
Well,
good seeing you, Terry.
Thank
You
you for
guys
coming
later
on,
on.
Terri.
See you in the morning, probably.
Little kitty. Oh, sweet little
Yes.
kitty.
How do I get out? Stop.
Bye.
And
You just turned your camera off.
So they're
There she goes.
so it looks like Simpson John's put down too bad Sanford and Son is off the air. Rick could take Fred's place.
Well,
Listen, there's worse things.
do 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 do
Guys
do.
like that, you know. You big
Right,
dummy.
I think I got that here.
What, Sanford and Son?
Oh yeah, I had that. I had a record from Sanford and Son. It's here somewhere. I digitized all that stuff. Oh yeah, good old Sanford and Son.
I mean, thankfully these chats aren't going as fast as some of the other people's chats.
Well, you need to have people chatting.
That is true.
I knew I had
But
it.
still, sometimes it's hard to keep up, you know? Yeah. Terry's now in the comments. The 70s shows are all good.
Sanford and Son. I used to love watching that show. Boy, that Milton's fast asleep. Eyes are closed. Paws are up.
So this is the
Like
best
that.
life.
You're still breathing. That's a good sign.
He
So
feels
where do
very
you
safe
actually
with
work,
you.
Louis? You said you were at work.
I do. I work.
Well, I know you actually work. I'm just saying where you work.
Well, that's up for interpretation. So I work for New York City Public Schools.
Okay.
So I work in the district office. I don't work in a school. We were at a school before. And New York City kids start their break. Today's the last day before spring break, so it's an exciting day for
For the kids.
everyone. The kids, yeah, they all excited. They have off next week and stuff like that. So we still work during the break, but it's quiet, so it's good. But yeah, no, it's okay. It's good. It's a good day. It's a little cloudy. It's actually raining right now. Is it raining by you, Thomas?
Yeah. At least it was. I didn't look outside since we went on the computer, but it was raining this morning. I actually
How
had
are
a Walmart
you?
delivery, so.
Oh, okay, good. How are you
Nothing that I
eating?
wanted. It was
Are you still
I had it for my roommate.
Are you still doing alternate day, or you change it up a little bit now? Or
No,
what are you doing?
I stopped doing it, but I think I'm going to go back. I did feel good when I did it, So, just taking it step by step. Believe it or not, I actually gained 2 pounds. Whoa.
I know you told me. Remember, I asked you.
Yeah.
But your clothes are different, right? You're paying different.
Yeah. From 2X to an
amazing.
XL, and then down like 3 notches on the belt. So.
See, but how is that possible? It's so crazy.
I mean, the only thing I can think of is I'm forming muscle weight, and also maybe bone density.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What else did the doctor
Which
say? Or do you want
makes
to wait
sense that my
until
bones
you're
are getting
live?
stronger. If I'm getting stronger and being able to do more, that would make sense. That.
What else did your doctor say besides the cholesterol?
That's basically all he was really focused on more than anything. He just kept on saying about how I'm going to have a stroke and how I'll die if I don't have the statin and everything. I mean, I know it sounds like a weak thing, but to shut him up, I just was like, fine, put it in the
You
script.
took the script, right? Yeah.
Because even if I pick it up and everything, I just take it through. I just took it, threw it away.
And honestly, all they can see is if you fill it, and it's probably cheap.
It was like
right?
$5.
Yeah, and you just put it in a drawer or toss it, whatever you want to do.
I mean, I don't plan on ever taking it, but
yeah,
like it would have to be a very dire situation that would make me even consider it.
Did you guys talk about? I know because I guess you're gonna keep taking your diabetic medication until things get lower.
I mean, right now it's actually gone up since earlier. It was actually around 70 before. Now it's gone up to 114. But
did you eat anything or no?
Yeah, I had 4 burgers, 4 eggs, and 5 strips of bacon.
I find that I have trouble like that if I eat too much protein
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
at one time.
in one sitting. Like I'm better off doing
Yeah.
smaller meals, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe stretch that out, you
Yeah,
know? I don't
no, I
know.
agree. I agree. I think what it is I just don't really want to keep on making, so I just do everything in one shot, you know.
Yeah.
Um, but I've actually have noticed the same thing that maybe the smaller meat, like, I'll be honest with you, like, even though I made four burgers, I only ate like three and a half, so I couldn't even finish the four
Hmm.
burgers.
Mhm.
Half-pound
So,
burgers.
yeah, I think they're half pound or at least quarter pound.
Yeah, because I always do half-pound patties. I'll eat four. That's my heart attack burger. That's like
Hmm.
nothing for me. I'll go right to work after that.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes I do steaks too, but I only have like three steaks left, so, and it has to last for the whole month, so it's not like I can like eat them every day.
Mm-hmm.
It's not super cheap. We make it as cheap as we can, but it's not.
No, it's
And
definitely not.
I really shouldn't use the word cheap. Inexpensive. I think is a better.
Affordable.
Yeah.
Super affordable.
$10-15 a day is what I spend.
Okay. Yeah, I do. Like I said, I get an EBT card, so I tried doing it within the confines of what I get per month. But I'll do a little bit extra for
Mm-hmm.
myself because I also get food for the roommate, and even though he's not
Mhm.
carnivore, I'll get like meat-based stuff. But he's not
Yeah.
really with the burgers and stuff, so he's more like chicken and like stuff like that. So I'll just get that for him.
Does he go to work or no?
No, he's retired. He's 68 years old.
Oh, right. Yeah, you had said that, right?
Yeah, but he's a pretty good guy. He's a lot better than my other roommate was.
And then he sounds like he's he's also a little bit of a winner, the current roommate.
Yeah,
So the fact that that it's not bad, it's says something.
yeah. No, he's.
Oh man.
I mean, the fact he is letting me use his car and stuff like that to go to work.
Yeah, that is, that's nice.
Yeah, and actually, what was a pretty big benefit of that was the fact that I now know I can drive because one of the things I was worried about is my amputated toes is on my right foot.
Hmm.
You
To
know,
push the pedals.
yeah. So I mean, my shoe does feel like it's going to pop off, but it's not as bad as I thought.
Hmm.
And you have stuff something in there like a spacer or something like to
Yeah,
keep it.
it's like a shoe filler. Yeah, I'd show you, but I don't really feel like taking the shoe off right now.
No, it's okay. You have
Hmm.
to show me.
Well, not the foot. I would show you the shoe filler.
No, it's fine. Yeah, I understand.
Even though I did show the foot on a video one time, so if anybody hasn't
Oh,
seen
did
it,
you really? That's
yeah.
funny.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see it, Rick?
Yeah, I believe so. I know there's a picture
What
circulating.
what interview was that?
Carrie, I believe.
Was it Gary's? See, the problem I have with is most of the time I'm listening and not watching.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm doing
Oh,
something
like
else and I just
background
have it
thing.
in my ear. Yeah, well, not so much background. I'm listening, but I might be cleaning something, washing dishes,
Right.
doing something outside.
I
If I
do.
go if I'm walking, like going for a walk,
Oh, okay.
I'm not looking at it. Sometimes if I hear something that says, "Oh, I should really go look at that," I'll rewind it and look at it. But most of the time, I'm just walking around and
Mm-hmm.
looking and working with that.
I mean, it allows you to get stuff, done
Killer
more
kitty.
like be like kind of like
Oh yeah,
Look at those
yeah,
mini panther.
it's cool.
so, wow. Yeah, I gotta find out how long I can actually do on the. Yeah.
Well, you better
Terry
Aaron
log.
Sue
said
actually had
Aaron said
Terry
20
Sue actually
hours.
had a good point there. That would be funny though. But I'm enjoying what we're doing now. So
You're a good kitty.
So Feral Grandma said that she loved MASH, learned the theme song, and became a medic.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow.
I could see that. Right now, I'm seeing mostly Simpson Johns, Feral Grandma, and Booby Goats making comments. So,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm only reading the chats because I guess there's a reason why they have chats so that we can actually see if there's any questions and stuff.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'll be honest. I have a hard time figuring out questions, so sometimes they just weird questions come in my head, and I just say all these weird things just to kind of get the
Hmm.
questions out there.
Hmm.
Like QQQ, Mitch, how tall are you? Like who the hell cares?
I know I missed. I was at a school today, so I missed the live stream this morning. Was it good?
For Mitch or
For
for
Mitch, yeah, Mitch.
it was okay.
I watched. I watched Out the Kills this morning. Did they give away two air fryers or just one? I feel like they forgot to do the second one.
They did 2 air fryers.
Oh, did they?
I forget the 2 people that won it. I just know it wasn't me. So
I know. The best part
I
about
mean,
me
I'm okay with it because one, I just won. Like I've shown before, I just won the electrolytes from Dr. Kiltz like 2 days before that,
Yes,
and
that's true.
I'm just grateful for anything in my life. Like I'm grateful for you for offering to do the Boston thing. I appreciate
Oh,
that.
that's nothing. Yeah, that's easy. That's
You
easy.
know,
And like I said, we'll figure
and
it out.
I don't know. Yeah, I did tell you. I bought the ticket.
You got your ticket, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I didn't
Alia
get a
didn't.
ticket.
Alia.
Alia said that she has me on the list, and
Okay, good. That's what I wanted you. That's what I
yeah,
want to make sure
but
that was it. Right, right.
but I actually did
Yeah.
save the email of the receipts just in case.
What
Yeah.
What do you mean? You
Well, I
got an
got like
email
a
from her?
from the actual ticket thing. I got like a like
A
kind of like
receipt? Yeah,
a
good.
receipt,
Yeah, yeah. You'll
for
be.
what.
Listen. When you walk in there, people are gonna be like, "Oh, Tom," you'll be fine.
Yeah.
Me, on the other hand, they'll be like, "Who are you?"
No, I doubt that. They know who you are.
But
You'll be the guy
but
with Tom.
yeah, I brought Tom.
Lori's
Yes,
asking
so
when is the meetup, Tom and Lewis? I
it
think
is
it's June
on
28th.
June 28th. Yep.
Yeah, I actually reserved off already for work, but I wasn't sure when, so I just like did it from like June 26th to like July 1st.
Yeah, I don't know when we're gonna go.
Well,
Um,
isn't she
the
doing a before party, Alia?
I know. The problem is the last day of school for kids is the 26th, Thursday.
Okay.
Um, my wife works in the school. She has to work the 27th,
Mm.
even though there's no kids. So
It's
if
gonna be
she
hard to
gets to
get
work at
there.
like 3, and then it's Friday late night, we're driving to Boston,
Right.
like into traffic, and by the time even if we were to get there, it's going to be after they meet up or whatever. So we'll see what we're going to
Yeah.
do. We'll see.
I mean,
We'll figure.
whatever, you're the one driving, so I mean, whatever is easiest
Yeah,
for you, I'll do my best to accommodate that,
and then plus also staying, like, it'll be cheaper if we don't have to stay 2 nights overnight in Boston. So if we go Saturday morning early, get in the same day as the meetup, and then we just have to stay Saturday night, and we come home Sunday. Then at least we're staying one. So we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see.
It
And then
might even
summer
make like the
school,
entrance in a little bit more
yeah,
exciting,
relaxing. Right. Yeah.
or even exciting. It's like that fashionably
Oh,
late.
well, we'll be late. We'll be on time.
Well, no, I'm saying like like if we didn't do the evening before and we just went for the other.
Yeah,
It's like,
yeah.
oh look, now it's like no,
And
the whole thing
and
is really
they
exciting. It's just
yeah.
I mean,
And
I'll
then of
be honest,
course,
I probably
and
won't
it's
do
it's
another
like
meetup.
wasted for a while. Yeah. No,
Yeah,
I hear you.
because I mean, the whole purpose of me working is to save up for a car and everything. Well,
Right, and not spend
if
all
I'm saving
right.
up for these meetups, it's not, But
And
once I save
my
up the car, once I get things, then I'll start saving for the meetups.
yeah. But it's like it's all wasted on my wife doesn't care about anybody. She doesn't care. But it's fine. She'll have fun.
So does your wife do
She'll have a good
carnivore or
time.
no?
No, she still eats carbs, but she there'll be days where she does not have any because I do the cooking and I stop cooking
Oh, okay.
vegetables. So yeah, most days she'll be, but then she'll still go out and stuff like that. But yeah, she's doing really good. She's more metabolically healthy than I am.
Okay.
So she never struggled with blood sugar. She never struggled with, she was overweight, but she lost a lot of weight since changing her diet. So
That's cool.
yeah, but she's doing good. Yeah, she'll have fun. Up, I see Rick. Up.
Rick's doing his traveling. Milton's now coming on. He's going to do the show for the.
Does Milton is big? Wow, he is a big boy.
Yeah, 6 months. Yeah.
I know we should change the lower third to say Milton.
Yeah. Well, I like our, I'm actually thinking of changing my top thing because why am I saying Target Prime rib twice?
I know. This is
So
Lewis and Lewis with an air fryer.
yeah. So
I emailed Alia. I don't know if she wrote back because Tasty just came out with the new version of the air fryer that has the ceramic coating,
okay,
which is supposed to be less toxic.
right.
I don't even know why they have an air fryer.
So I said to her, are you giving us the new one with the ceramic coating or are you giving us poison?
Did she respond?
No reply. I said, make it happen, Alia, make it happen.
She's probably trying to figure out a good retort,
Well, or maybe she's trying to make it because what? I'm going to say Dr. Kelson's giving out
Yeah.
poison air fryers.
I don't know why they do that.
Dr. Kills poisoned me.
I have one of the old versions, and it's ceramic. It's porcelain enamel, and that's from like 40 years ago.
Right.
Why would they have to? Why did they put all that crappy stuff in there? Non-stick crap. My mom could never answer it. Oh, the food doesn't stick. I said, Mom, my food never sticks. When you're floating in that much lard or tallow, nothing sticks.
Yep. You put enough grease in there.
Yeah.
I mean, it's swimming in it. Even Carrie had to admit, when Rick cooks something on the stove, it's swimming in fat. Because how are you going to have a heart attack if you go low fat? It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, that's true. I love the pan that I think the pan my sister got me but it's huge. So like if you're doing something small, it's just too much. Like if you just make 4 eggs, it's like too much for the eggs, But what I do now is I actually still use it and I cook the bacon first and I pour some of the grease out and I take the bacon bits and everything and I mix the eggs with that.
Lori, I think there's going to be a meetup in Canada. Is it near where you live? I know Canada's very big.
There's never been a meetup near me, and there never will be.
In South Florida?
Yeah, Miami. This is Carb Central over here. There's only one carnivore in Miami, and that's me.
No, I'm sure there's others.
I haven't met one yet.
What's the temperature today? Is it nice?
Yeah, it's 80-something, as usual. This place is known for rice and beans, arroz con pollo. It's always rice, and beans.
Good stuff.
Duck food.
All right. Well, what's funny is the other day when I was on with not Mitch, Dr. Kiltz, I think his eyes lit up when I mentioned about living in Princeton. And,
oh, really?
Yeah. And
that's where his daughter lives.
Yeah. And he was thinking about us doing that they should do a meetup in Princeton. I was actually thinking they should do a meetup where I'm at over by the boardwalk. Because can you imagine being on the beach?
That'd be nice.
Yeah.
The he's doing one in Syracuse in September. I put it on my calendar. It's actually a longer drive from here to Syracuse than it is from here to Boston.
Really?
Yeah. But it's New York State's a big state, so it's all the way up towards the border.
Yeah. Well, I mean, for saving purposes, I don't think I would be going to that one. It's too soon.
Yeah, they're expensive. They're not cheap. Not
Yeah,
cheap.
I'm
And,
actually.
and my wife comes with me. I have to buy 2 tickets.
Yeah,
not
I
cheap.
mean, I'm finding this one to be a little cheaper than I would expect it to be. Like, a lot of people ask me like, why don't I go on Dr. Wiedemann's cruises? Well, you got to
Oh
realize
God,
she might live in New Jersey, but she doesn't go out from New Jersey. She
she
goes out
goes to Florida a lot. Yeah.
exactly. So I'd have to take a plane ride to Florida
hmm
just to go on the cruise. It's just it's too much
I hear
expense.
you, Aaron. I hear you, Aaron.
What's Aaron?
So, Aaron. It's an investment
Oh,
to
it is.
to go to these. And listen, it's for a good cause. You know. You know. It's for a good cause. But I hear you. I hear you.
Yeah.
So I am going on a cruise in 13 days. 13 days, Tracy. Can you believe it? My cruise. My mother found a sailing, and she was like, "Oh, I found this really great sailing. I'm going to ask my brother and my sister-in-law if they can go." I said, "Go. You guys are old and whatever. Travel." So she comes back. She goes, "Oh no." They said no. Blah 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 blah. So then I told my wife about it. My wife's like, "You can take off. You should go with her." I said, "You'd be okay with that? Just me and my mom." And she goes, "Yeah, okay." So I went to her house and I said, "I accept the cruise," and she's paying, which is even better. So we're leaving from Manhattan and we're going to Halifax, Nova Scotia, Iceland, Ireland, Paris, and then ending up in England and flying home.
Mm-hmm.
It's 14 days. Is that cool?
That is, yeah.
I've never cruised. I never did
Isn't
transatlantic before, so
isn't
I'm
Tuca from
excited.
Iceland?
Say again?
Isn't Tuca from Iceland?
Is he? No.
I wasn't sure.
If he's in Iceland, I gotta hit him up. We're staying there overnight.
I was gonna make the
Stocked
joke
overnight.
like maybe you should look him up if he's from Iceland. But I know he's from someplace. And I know it's not Greenland.
Terri Sue is scaring me in the chat.
Thomas, this is just a reminder that I think you only get 5 hours of StreamYard time. Just saying. Yes, I know, Terry.
I'm searching.
You're looking to see how many hours I get?
Yeah.
How did I know that? I mean, we're at about 10 minutes away from being 2 hours, so I guess what we could do is just do the 10 minutes, and at least I'll have 3 hours when it's you, me, and Aaron, Rick, and then hopefully
Mike.
Lewis, you'll join me. You'll join me for the next one I have, Lewis.
Yeah, it's cool. Yeah, whatever you need. I'm trying to find it.
Yeah, I think we're
StreamYard is really good
here,
at hiding the price.
And Rick, Milton is invited too. So.
Oh, he's always around. Fast asleep.
He's a freeloader.
Yes.
Yeah, but he's a good one.
Okay. So the free version, 2 hours of local recordings, which I don't think you really care about that. Live streams will not be automatically recorded or saved to StreamYard. 5 hours of recording storage, we don't care about that. No multi-streaming. Features, limits.
Okay, actually, Booby, Aaron. Oh, I'm
saying 20 hours.
Yeah,
right.
But it is 20 hours live stream. But if they have you in the weird recording block after they're only going to, well, what do you mean by recording? Like weird recording block? If they have you in a weird recording block, they give you only 5 hours. So I mean, basically, you have at least 5 hours.
Yeah, I can't figure it out.
I mean, I can't
Really,
see me
really.
if it goes 20 hours. That's plenty of time. Because my thought process is like, as much as I love doing the videos for everybody, there's sort of it's like, okay, where's my topic? You know,
Yeah, no, having a topic helps.
yeah, and I sort of just like go by the seat of my pants, so to speak. I'm not
Mm-hmm.
gonna lie. Don't tell anybody if you haven't noticed or not.
It's fine.
Lewis has that voice in his. Yeah, we did
It's
know.
good. It's good.
It's
It's good.
okay.
Rick, do you upload videos or you just do live
I upload
the
videos,
weekend?
yeah,
Yeah,
mostly
just short.
shorts, but
Shorts. Yeah.
yeah, my computer has issues editing. There's a lot of long form videos I want to do, but I just can't get it to cooperate.
You have an old computer, new computer? What do you got?
It's old. I get all my computers from the trash, the dump, from
Hmm.
clean outs. I've never bought one. I live really poor, so I have to be really cheap. And there's no money on YouTube.
Yeah,
In 17
No,
years, I've
no,
never gotten paid a cent.
I know. It's the people that do make money. They have to. I mean, that number one, they got millions of subscribers, but also they have. It's work.
Well, of course.
You
The
know,
other thing
gotta
is
love.
it's a matter of survivorship bias. I'm sure for 1,000 people that start, only one is profitable. It's just like any
Hmm.
other media. There's just only so many spots where you can get, a lot of money out of it. Some of it's luck, some of it's talent, a lot of it's work.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I really doubt I don't. Matter of fact, not even doubt. I know that I don't get paid for anything. I don't get monetized or anything like that. I'm not at that
Mm-hmm.
No,
point.
not yet.
I'm not sure how many subscribers you have to get monetized or how many.
1,000 subscribers, and then I forget how many watch hours.
Yeah, so I'm nowhere near that. Yeah, I wasn't sure if it was 500 or 1,000.
I believe it's 1,000, and I don't remember how many watch hours, but I don't know. I'm not monetized either, so I don't know what the deal is.
And even if I was, I wouldn't expect to make that much really out of it.
No,
You know,
you may make
and
a.
I did have one person after doing my interview. I think it was with Dave Mack. Somebody offered to pay for a membership of mine, but I was already a member, getting a free membership for
That's
the
good.
FBC. And so they actually wrote him back saying, "Hey, well, why don't you do like a buy me a coffee or something?" So they had me open the buy me a coffee link. So that's the only reason why I have that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So far I've
You can
had
also do.
four
You
people
can
buy
also
me a coffee.
do. You can also do an Amazon like wish list if there's anything that you want. I don't
Yeah,
know what you would
yeah. I'm not sure
want.
how that works, but
Yeah,
so
except I hate Amazon.
I know, but listen, that's
it's a way to make some extra money, I guess. I know
I don't
Mitch.
buy anything.
I've bought a couple things from Mitch's channel. From
I've never bought from Amazon.
really. Where do you shop online? You don't?
Grocery store, trash pile, yard sale, flea market. That's about it.
You actually go shopping at the
Like,
trash pile. You don't get it for free.
Well, it's free shopping. You hit a dumpster or trash pile.
we'll call it browsing.
Oh, I do clean outs. People throw all kinds of stuff away. I'm like, well, I'll take it. They pay me to
Do
haul it
you
off.
do you post any of those?
I've had some videos, not a lot. I generally don't show my customer locations, but
Man,
I have little
that
snippets.
would be interesting to me to see some of the stuff that you find and people throw out.
That's true. I get some weird stuff. But since my truck's been broken, I haven't put out for that many cleanouts. Lately, I've been just doing electrical work, plumbing repairs, and a few trash pickups. I have to use my van, which is a mess. When you throw trash in the van, it takes forever to clean it out. Truck is much
Yeah,
easier. You can just take the
in
truck
the back.
trailer
Yeah.
out, dump it. That's it.
And what supermarket do you go to mostly? Just Publix?
Oh, I never go to Publix. They're the worst. They used to be nice when I was a kid. They're garbage now. They look like Home Depot and they're very expensive. I typically go down the street to Presidente, Sedano's, Winn-Dixie, Aldi, or Fresco
Oh, in
Imam.
Dixie. Yeah, my uncle lives in
Yeah.
Pompano Beach.
Mm-hmm.
He used to live in West Palm Beach. Now he moved to Pompano Beach. But all those stores sound familiar. All those chains.
I've heard Winn-Dixie, but I've never been in one. Like, I don't think there's any really around.
It's a supermarket.
And I probably heard
it's
it more
nothing
from you
that
guys.
different.
Their saying used to be the beef people. That was Winn-Dixie's saying for years.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Winn-Dixie, the beef people.
But now they can't
They
say
should
that.
say it again.
Well, they kind of do in the meat section, but they used to be in the front of the store, and originally they called it Quick Check, and then they were bought and they called it Winn-Dixie, but it was originally called Quick Check.
Well,
Oh, that's where.
Funny thing, that's where I work.
I know.
Yeah.
Well, does it start with a K? Quick Check?
No, it's
Okay. That's different.
You mean like Quickie Mart? No, it's
This was KWIKCHEK.
Okay, no,
They had a big neon sign with a yellow check on it. And then that became Winn-Dixie. I think I smell my heart attack chicken.
So Booby and Terry's saying, I guess YouTubers get a 1099 form for taxes.
I gotta check the lard.
And
yeah, 1099
Aaron, I think, is answering about
income.
the streaming hours of 4,000 hours, which I guess makes sense.
And Aaron also says that she would like to see you go through the garbage.
See me go or Rick go through the garbage?
Well, hopefully not you. Rick that's kind of his thing.
Right. Yeah, I would have to ask her.
We should probably. What we should do is we should get Rick a GoPro so he can strap it to his chest while he's digging through garbage.
Yeah. Yeah.
How does that sound, guys? You want to see a GoPro?
That would be funny.
Or we can mount it like this on his head. All right, let's see.
That's funny. So what do you think? Do you think this is going pretty well?
It's working fine. Yeah. How many people are watching? 2.
I don't know how to tell how many exactly. Well, I see on the thing there's like an eye right in the middle there, and it's saying 5.
What does it say? Yeah, so it's probably about right. I can't see that. I guess you see it because you're the host.
But I don't know if that's I'm guessing that's not including you and me and Rick.
Well, I'm not on YouTube anymore. Let me go back to it.
And technically, yeah, it's not including me because I'm not on YouTube right now either. I just came from StreamYard only. I guess if I clicked on YouTube.
Okay.
And somebody tell me,
says 6.
Are you on YouTube right now, Rick, or no?
What?
Are you on YouTube right now? Like, do you have YouTube open?
I have YouTube on in the living room.
Okay, so he might be one of the 6.
That's sad. Well, number 6 is me.
Now it's number 8. 2 more people joined in.
Ah.
I don't know who, because no one put anything in the chat yet. But
Bella put up a new video.
Yeah.
I wonder why
I didn't see the video, but I saw the.
Apparently, I'm eating eggs wrong.
Why is that channel so popular?
Steak and butter gal?
Yeah. What's the big deal? I never could figure it out. It's kind of boring compared to some of the channels.
People see a girl like Bella and they see that, and she's eating a steak of butter. I guess that's.
I think it's. I mean, that's kind of what attracted me. My mom liked her, believe it or not, when she first did. She used to play the piano all the time, and my mom used to like to hear her play the piano. But she doesn't do that anymore. Some of them kind of lose what brought people to them in the first place.
Right.
So Rick, when you stepped away, we said that we should get a GoPro with like a head mount or a chest mount for when you're
when
do
you're done
emptying out
driving.
when you're dumping or emptying out, for a client, so you can find, and then you can edit it to see. Oh, look,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
Well, once I get my truck running again and I hit those clean outs again,
Be
I'll
like you're
probably
in a mine shaft or something,
I used to get all kinds of stuff, especially now when the economy is going to crash. My business will go through the roof. That's why I want
Yeah.
to get my truck finished because everybody will be being foreclosed on, moving out. It's like in 2008, 9, and 10. I was so busy, but then I had to take care of my parents starting in 2010, and my business went, that was it.
Mm. So,
Have you always lived in Miami?
Yeah, I've always lived in this place. It wasn't so bad when I was younger, but it's gone downhill really quickly, especially in the last 5 years. It's really gone downhill.
Erin says that her Bella's video thumbnails are what does it
she's
for her.
one of the Zoom things I do on Tuesdays is I go on her master class on how to do videos and stuff like that.
Oh,
And
really? I never saw that in
yeah,
Thinking About a Gal
well,
in the
you have
gang.
to require to be part of it, and then they email you.
She's one of
Like,
those pay-to-play people that I criticize often. That's the thing.
excuse me. And
I
she's
hate
like very big
pay-to-play
on doing the
channels.
perfect thumbnail. So
I mean,
that's
listen, everyone needs to make a living.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, there's nothing wrong with marketing products or services, but pay-to-play groups, I don't like. If you're going to have a group that's just for people that can pay for it, that's not really a good group.
well, I don't pay for the group. I had
Well,
requested.
you were
I
gifted a
just wasn't-
membership. You were a celebrity, so you were allowed in. But everybody else, they don't care. If you don't have the money, hit the road. That's their attitude. And it reminds me of the scammers. When I first started on YouTube, I start criticizing these people with their get rich quick schemes and get healthy and this and that. But it's for a price. I'm not going to tell you what it is. You have to pay me. You have to buy my program. You have to join my group. And that's the thing that I complain about. That's why I kind of like the whole Dr. Kiltz thing, because you got some paid services, which is fine, but then you got the free group. So that's the way I
And
like
you
to
see
see it.
Dr. Keltz is moving in that direction, but I do believe he will always have something
Yeah,
that's, that's free.
something that's accommodating to everybody, basically.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. It's like the whole sales funnel concept. If you want people to join your group and buy your services, if you put a wall around it, then that you limit your group, eventually it'll fizzle out. But if you have a free way to get in and then you work up from there, maybe you sell a product, maybe you sell a service, it gets people interested. And they go, well, you know what? It's like Carrie's movie. I don't like the idea of his stupid Healing Humanity group. $30 a month for a group is a ripoff. But on the other hand, taking donations is fine. If you want to hold a fundraiser, I need money for that, send me money. That's great. I got no problem with that. If I had the money, I'd give him some. But to make a group where you block everybody out because they don't want to pay for your membership, that's just wrong. And I do not like that.
Right.
I know, but those things cost money to run.
I know, but the problem is you're throwing money at something that may, at the best, has a 50% chance of succeeding. It would be better to produce a less expensive version and start circulating it on the internet till it gets viral and get people to donate willingly, because you and I both know that when something is trending, they're going to throw money at you anyway.
Yeah.
But taking advantage of people that are not well, you're getting up their hope, you're telling them you're healing humanity, you're not doing anything. You're not going to heal anybody. You're going to help people heal themselves, maybe. But not everybody benefits from the carnivore diet, in my opinion. I think that some people, I know people have tried it and failed. There's only a very small group of us that can thrive on this. I think people that are obese and have health issues, they really need to try the carnivore diet. They have all this stored fat and their system is damaged, and the carnivore diet is the best. But for someone who's otherwise healthy, they're thriving, they're eating veggies and fruits, and they're eating a clean diet, you tell them, oh, you're going to go carnivore and you're going to go to the next level, and they end up falling the other way. They can't, they're not thriving. People that are younger, maybe they need to eat more fruits and vegetables. I mean, I did fine, but older people especially, carnivore is great because, when you get older, your protein, you don't absorb as much protein and your requirements get higher.
Yeah.
And
so eating more.
Right.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, the main thing is get enough people aware of it, and you got to change the system. This so-called dietary guidelines where they give you duck food in the hospital, that needs to go away. We need to start giving people the good protein and meat. And if they want to eat fruits or vegetables and they can get them locally, that's fine. But again, I got nothing against somebody offering a service. They do one-on-one coaching. They do consulting. That's fine. You can charge for that. Your work, you're entitled to that. If you sell a product, maybe you sell a supplement or you sell some type of meat or you have a sales arrangement with a rancher. That's fine too. Don't have a problem with that. But to charge people to belong to a group, I think that's wrong. That's just me. And I don't think I'll ever change my mind on that, because being poor, you learn the hard way, I mean, think about it. If I was a desperate person and I was broke and I wanted to get in their group, but I couldn't afford it, I'd just be, what would I do? That's why there's people like us out there. They can go, hey, I'll check out that crazy Rick guy. His YouTube channel is free and it hasn't killed him yet. Maybe that'll work. But
I mean, and that's the only really good thing you can say about YouTube is that for the most part, the barrier is very low.
Yeah.
Right.
Like Dr. Barry's videos always be free. The live streams that you guys do.
Well,
but
I mean, the thing is it's still helpful to even just watch the videos. Like, you don't necessarily have to be part of anything. Like, for many, many years, I was in the background.
And Facebook groups. There's Facebook groups that are
right. There's always a way. Like Facebook or Instagram, there's always
Reddit.
a way.
Reddit. I mean, Reddit's crazy.
I never done Reddit, but yeah, I mean Reddit as well. All that stuff. And like for almost 4 or 5 years, I was watching I told Bella that I used to watch her show with my mom. Because again, she liked to play piano playing. My mom used to have a crush on Dr. Barry. So
When did she pass away, your mom? How long ago?
2021.
2021.
Yeah.
Dr. Barry.
Yeah.
I was thinking maybe more Dr. Chafee's what the women would go after.
I don't think I was watching Dr. Chafee with her. I didn't see him until later on, believe it or not.
Dr. Barry is the big one that people find that first.
Dr. Barry, I was watching him before he even came carnivore. Like when he announced,
I'm gonna say he was keto. He was not carnivore.
You're right. For the longest time, he was keto.
So Lori says that YouTube isn't free. You have to pay for internet.
Well, that's true. But
internet.
But there's no membership.
In my eyes, internet is a utility.
Right.
Like we have to pay for electricity.
There are ways of getting free internet. You can go and park in front of the library. There's free Wi-Fi in certain places. A lot of businesses offer it. So you can do that.
Okay, so what is ACP? Lori Carnivore Story. I'm on a modified ACP, so it's covered. What does ACP stand for?
Don't know.
It's good. There's a delay, but it'll hit. We'll see it. Let's see. Maybe I'll Google it first.
Oh, you know what? I mean, I can look later on. I was just wondering. Is Elvis? Are you pretty new to everything? I've seen your name before, but I don't remember. Like within like a couple of weeks.
Affordable connectivity program for internet.
That's like Lifeline or whatever they used to have.
Right.
It discounts internet.
My internet's $35 a month. I used to get it cheaper, but sometimes I'll just hack one of the other Wi-Fi's in the neighborhood when I can't afford internet.
How fast of a network connection do you pay for?
I get what is
100?
it? 50 meg or something. 50? It's not that fast.
The lowest, that's all you need.
Yeah. If I was making money off of YouTube, then I'd get a faster connection, but I'm not going to make no money.
Right.
No one's going to be throwing money at me to watch my cat sleep.
Yeah, as we progress, then so will the quality.
That's it. You get what you pay for.
Right.
And I'm not going to spend money on streaming software. I just hook up my rotary phone and let them call in if they want to.
But that's also like part of the show. It's great.
Good point.
When that Rory show starts ringing with that ringing sound.
Well, that's not something you see every day. That's for sure.
No, that's great. I love it. Yeah.
It's been a long time since I.
Around here, it's a regular occurrence.
It takes me back to when I was a kid.
There you go. Oh, me too. And I still have the wall phone and the desk phone from when I was a kid. I wouldn't let my parents get rid of it, so I kept them. I keep everything.
You got another Terry on the chat now. Terry B.
They keep coming in. That's good.
Elvis says, "Yeah, I
yeah.
get 300 ATMs. I have a lot of ATMs at the banks I go to. Oh, different kind of ATM.
300 at the moment.
Yeah.
I'm thinking that's right.
I know.
I think she means 300 megabits per second. That's what I get. I pay for 300 up and down.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how. I pay quite a bit, but I also have cable for my roommate wants cable, so it's like an old. I think a lot of people there above a certain age.
My mother-in-law needs cable, so she lives with us.
I don't even watch TV.
So I had to pay for one cable box. It kills me.
I used to tell people, why would I waste my time watching TV when I can go to the canal and watch ducks fight and mate? It's the same thing.
The Nature Channel. There you go.
Yeah, it's like TLC.
I'd rather be doing some work than wasting my time watching some stupid movie. I haven't watched a movie since 1985. I just find it boring.
What was the movie you said that you watched last?
Moving Violations.
That's right.
I'm sure you could find it somewhere on. I think it was on YouTube. I looked it up.
I'm sure if I put it inside Google, it will come up.
It's got that lady from the "Where's the Beef" commercials. Where's the beef?
She would be a pretty good representative for carnivore. Where's the beef?
Where's the beef?
I think she died a long time ago, though, so that'd be kind of eerie, too.
Oh, yeah. I used to love those commercials. Where's the beef? That was about the time I started the carnivore diet. So, and then that guy
is she actually your influence on why you started?
No, actually, well, yeah, it was part of it. It was actually Time Magazine. Time Magazine is the reason why I started the heart attack diet. There was a Time Magazine cover about cholesterol, and we were in the store. I forget what store it was. It might have been Publix. It might have been, I don't know, it was some store. And they always had the magazines where you check out. It might have been Kmart for all I know. And I was looking,
Kmart.
And it was like a plate with bacon and eggs frowning at you. It says, now the bad news. It was about cholesterol. So after that, I started calling it the heart attack diet. Then in the early 2000s, I saw on Nightline. My dad used to watch Nightline. They had a guy in Arizona. He started a restaurant called the Heart Attack Grill with the 4-patty burgers they call the quadruple bypass burger, which I used to call, to this day, I call it the heart attack burger. And my dad says, look at that. That's like what you eat. You're going to get a heart attack. I said, Dad, but I'm not fat like those people. Over 350 pounds eats free. I can't even reach 200 pounds. And I'm 6'6". Now tell me, how can you be 6'6" and never be over 200 pounds? I mean, really?
And sad thing is, it wasn't the beef that made him fat. It's probably the other stuff that made him.
That's it. And right now, I got heart attack chicken cooking in my stove. I'm just keeping an eye on it so I don't burn my kitchen down. But and that's, you could talk about calories. 5 pounds of chicken, deep fried in pure lard. How many calories is that?
Yeah, I mean, literally, people have these blinders on, and they just don't see around the whole picture.
But they kept telling me, Rick, you just wait until you get 40 years old. Wait until you get 50, 55. I hear that all the time. You're going to put on a lot of weight. Well, guys, I'm going to be 57 in 2 months, and I'm still the exact same weight. What is the deal?
Well, you know what it
When's your
is, Rick.
birthday?
You have
When's your
little
birthday
legs,
again, Rick?
so you store the food in your
It's in
legs.
June.
June,
I'm
right?
born the same day as the president.
I'm June. Oh, 14th.
Yep.
I'm June 11th.
Okay. So
I only remember President Trump's birthday because it's Flag Day. I thought that was really funny.
that's another one. But yep. And it took my parents 10 years to get pregnant. So I don't know. I think all that health food wasn't helping them. But eventually, not only did they get a boy, but they got the best kid they could ever get. So I can't complain. You know, sometimes you got to wait for the good stuff. Imagine if they would have got a couple of duck food eaters. That would have been terrible.
So
You imagine what I would look like if I was a duck food eater?
I don't know. Yeah.
I'd
just
be
got a
the
notification from this Charge Mopar Rick. Bananas down.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, my banana trees blew over in the storm. 2 of
Yeah.
them.
No, I'm just saying. I just got a notification of a video that you just.
Oh,
put
for
out.
a video.
Yeah.
I posted that yesterday.
I'm
Isn't it funny
sure.
how the
Did you
algorithm
time it
works?
though to go for now?
No, it's been up since yesterday.
Oh, it has. Okay. Well, I just got the
Sometimes the
notification. Now.
algorithm, sometimes it decides to send things.
Yeah.
Well, at least it's promoting my videos to my subscribers. That's a good sign. And you know, the thing is, my goal on YouTube was not to make money. It was not to market products. It was to meet people. To this day, I've met only one person in 17 years on YouTube, but that will change. And he's going to make sure that I get to that meetup that they have over there in Tampa in
That's
November.
cool.
So they'll have a chance. And, you know, I'm sure a lot of people will come up to me. I'm waiting for the first person that doesn't know me to come up to me and say, "Hey, Rick," because it doesn't happen here. I think people here in Miami don't watch this stuff.
No.
There's no carnivores here, believe me. This is Latino America, and Latino America is all carbohydrates. Although they do like the pork and they do like beef, but they just don't eat a lot of it. I guess they're used to living in a poor country, so they eat rice and beans. That's their thing.
Well,
You know,
I
they got a
think
place-
you kind of have to be like, in this kind of like stream way, because people close to you, like location wise, are just not, um, like I know my family doesn't watch any of my channels or anything like that. They
Mhm.
know of it, but I know they don't watch it. If they do, the only reason I know that is because I know my family, and if they did watch it, they'd be making a lot of comments, and they don't make any comments.
Yeah. That's true.
I mean, if I have like if my hair's if like my hat is on upside down or something like that, they tell me my hat's up. Like it's like that kind of thing.
That's another thing. I was always a kid that hated hats. Every time my parents would put one on me, I'd take it off.
Yeah, I did too as a kid, but I don't
Mhm.
know. I guess as my hair kind of like went less and less, I guess. Yeah, I know. And that's all from the lard you put in it, right?
I just cut my hair yesterday. I took a massive amount of it off. I mean, it was 2 handfuls of the stuff. And I just cut my hair 2 months ago. It grows like crazy.
Well, I make the joke when people say that they don't have gray anymore. I say, well, I don't really have gray. I just have clear hair.
Well, that's it.
Yeah, invisible.
Yeah.
There you
It's
go.
there, I promise.
All right, guys, let me log off. I'll talk to you guys.
Yeah.
Are
I think we
y'all-
did. I think
2
this
o'clock.
Yeah, it's
So,
over 2 hours.
So
Yeah.
Coach Rebecca's in the chat.
Hmm.
And this is probably
hi,
a bad time to tell her that I was gonna join her. She had an event. I don't know if it was live or if it was just but I didn't watch it. I came here instead.
I mean, Coach Rebecca can come on and say hello if she wants.
Yeah,
You're going to be on Monday
I
anyway.
mean, this is Coach Rebecca. Yes, I am.
yeah. This is her.
I just put in the thing if she wants to come in for 2 seconds and
Yeah, come on in.
say
Don't be
hello.
afraid of the quack.
Because no offense to you guys, but Coach Rebecca is definitely a
I'll be right back.
celebrity. Okay. Hi.
Hi, can you hear
Hello.
me?
How you doing? Thank
I
you.
hear you.
Awesome. Yeah, so it's okay, Lewis. I don't know if you missed much. He didn't show. He
Oh,
He was like, "Oh
not my
my
fault, is it?
gosh, I didn't put this on my calendar. I am so sorry." I was like, "Well, we'll reschedule. It's all good."
That's
I
it.
So was
I
he supposed to
can't.
be like interviewed by you or something, or?
I was interviewing the CEO of Crowd Health,
Okay.
Andy Schoonover. So Crowd Health is like one of these crowdfunding. They do instead of insurance, it's like an insurance alternative, like health insurance. So
Okay.
so we'd set this up. Oh my gosh, forever. But I was like, it'll have to be May. April's full. So
That's good.
that's
Yeah.
okay. I was like, I just went live and was like, sorry guys. Hi, you get me.
Yeah.
Anybody
Well, I'm
got
glad
questions?
you're here. Thank you. I appreciate it.
No, I saw that you were on. I was like, oh my gosh, he's live.
Yeah. Well, it started out as a test stream that was
Mhm.
only supposed to be on for a few minutes, and that was 2 hours and 20 minutes ago.
And people just like popped on and they talk. Yeah.
Yeah, and I wanted to test and see if I can bring like who can I bring on, like how many people can I bring on, stuff like that. So far I've been able to do 4, but I think I can do up to 6.
Depends on which level you're at.
Free.
Oh, you're free. Okay.
Yeah, I'm. No offense, but if I don't know if it's going to work or not, I'm not going to spend any money.
You want to hear what's crazy is I was on the free one or the really low cost one. It was like really cheap. It was like $18 maybe.
Right.
And they were like, all of a sudden, they were like, oh, by the way, next month you have to pay $45 a month.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the funny thing is, I saw they said about for the core it was $17, but it's $17 per week. So I'm like, yeah, let me see first if this works before I actually commit
Mm-hmm.
to.
A secret. I'll tell you a secret.
Okay.
If you do decide, let's say you do the $45 a month for like a month, and then you cancel it and be like, it's too expensive. They'll give you a deal where it's like half off for like so much time.
Oh yeah.
Sorry, I'm back.
Louis.
So I did that. So
I
it's
can't
like
believe
$25.
the guy no showed. I'm so sorry.
It's okay. He didn't do it on purpose. He just didn't put it on his calendar. He is the CEO of a company, and
I know.
you know,
I was actually looking forward to watching that because that's actually a really great. It's a really attractive idea, crowdsourcing.
it is, and he's not. This isn't the only company that does it.
I think I heard Dr. Wiedemann talking about it once.
There is a Christian company that does it too,
Okay.
for people that want alternative therapies and stuff.
It's a pretty good subject.
It is. So we'll reschedule.
Well, what did you do? Did you just answer questions for an hour?
Just talk to you. It's like, hey, okay, sorry guys, whoops. I changed the title to whoops.
Yeah, the
And
show still must go on.
Did people come on from PhD community?
yeah, I mean, not very many people showed up. So when I didn't start on time, I think I lost a lot of people because I waited like 20 minutes. And so yeah, it's fine. It's good.
It's funny. Like I have announced I'm going on Monday. Is my actual live on Monday on the 14th.
This is not. We're not here.
I changed it already.
This is a figment of your imagination.
And I don't think I should change it again. But then I realized, so I'm going to do it the same for this one, for the first one. But then I think I'm going to change the actual day for the regulars because I didn't realize that 5 o'clock Monday is Dr. Kiltz's
5:30 p.m. Zoom.
5:30, yeah.
So I guess we could just be on for like a half an hour to an hour and just either miss just.
I know they need to better control that Zoom.
Yeah.
Like when Courtney was on last week.
Who was?
Courtney Luna.
Okay.
And she's great. And I think I was so excited for her, but then nobody was talking to her. And they were asking questions about I can't get pregnant, right? Something, and I get it.
And this is something I've noticed. You guys, Who are you all in Dr. Barry's community?
Just me.
I'm not.
No,
Okay.
wouldn't waste my
So-
I
time.
watch him, but I'm not in his community.
Okay, so we also, and Lewis knows this,
Yep.
we have amazing guests for Q&A.
Yep.
Fantastic. We have Dr. Laura Buchanan that comes on, and she's
Yeah.
so smart, and she's so good at what she does. And then we have Michelle Hearn comes in. We have
Amazing.
Amanda Decker who comes in. And I have to, like, I will be talking to Laura, Dr. Buchanan, like behind the scenes, and I'll be texting her and being like, hey, you know, what is a subject for me to bring up if people aren't asking questions? Because I swear, it's like people forget how to do these questions and answer sessions when it's somebody not Dr. Barry. I'm like, guys, it is the same format. You raise your hand. Now, she does chat questions too. You do QQQ in the chat and we'll get you. And I'm just like, I don't understand why people don't understand. You just do the same thing and you give a lot of courtesy to the guest. This is not your time to ask me a question. This is not a time to ask if Dr. Barry was there, Dr. Barry a question if he was facilitating with her. This is talk to her.
Right. And I think it's easy when it's on YouTube and the people are just chatting. But when it's like a Zoom meeting, and people are unmuting themselves and talking, I feel like it's very easy. It's I guess you have to frame it saying this is what we're talking about.
Yeah, I
Because
It
I
makes
feel
it
bad.
clear.
Courtney was there and she's not a
well,
medical person, you know?
bless her heart.
Right.
I can make some suggestions. I can talk to Alia
Yeah.
about some things. Just to put some more admin there. I can talk to her and Dr. Vasquez. They're usually pretty receptive, you know.
Yeah. Oh, of course.
Because the way that we run it, I really had you guys and anybody in Healing Humanity?
I am.
Yeah, me and Tom.
Okay.
Rick is
So-
not a
Wait.
fan of pay to
No,
play.
I'm against it.
You're against Healing Humanity?
Yeah, to the way they do it is just wrong. $30 a month? Come on, people, get real.
Well, people, you get what you pay for. It's pretty good. Actually, Healing Humanity has a really good platform.
I
but
think it's better than
it's very
PhD
organized.
community. Yeah.
It is very organized. And the compassion is there's a lot of compassion. So
Well, I think it's mostly thanks to Adam, really. I mean, I think he did a lot of that programming and everything.
Oh yeah.
yeah, him and Lynn worked very hard on that,
Yeah.
but it's very structured, and I really like the way that Lynn runs the Q&As. So
Yeah.
it's just very in a box. So I like it.
Yeah. I mean, I'm on the 3 of them on SBG, Healing Humanity, and Kilts.
I am on the kilts.
Kilt is free.
Yeah, which
I'm-
is kind of, I even said to Dr. Kilts, like, it's kind of weird I didn't start with him first, but it's probably because I didn't know this was free until later.
I didn't know it existed either.
And
I didn't
I
know
actually
either.
won Healing Humanity for my first month.
Mm-hmm.
So
You
it's
know
kind of
who
like how I
got-
got into that.
Who got me into Dr. Kilts was Alia and
Yeah.
Mitch.
Yeah, because they're like that.
I don't pay for Healing Humanity either.
No, it's just a lot of
I
money.
think Rebecca. I think we signed up. Remember when they first announced it and they did like a live stream and they were doing like a beta testing.
Mm-hmm.
That's when
Oh, yeah,
I
you
got
told me about
I
that,
snuck in and
On the beta testing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And Adam was like, "No, we're gonna take care of you guys because you've been here since the beginning."
And then SBG, I don't pay for at all. They actually, I showed them my story and they gave me, I thought it was only going to be for 1 month and it ended up being for
Actually,
life.
I want to say that to Rick also about Bella and SBG. They do sponsor people that they think need the support.
Right.
and but can't afford it. And Thomas is one of those people.
Right. And I'm very
That's
grateful
good.
for that.
That's
I'm
good.
very-
And they do that a lot.
They do it, yeah.
Tons.
Really.
They make. She makes enough money. Trust me, she makes just enough. She's good.
Mhm.
I will say that every penny for the Healing Humanity goes towards the
That
documentary.
movie.
Yes.
That's a silly movie.
I believe that.
I'm
I'm
sorry
so
that you
tired
think.
of that movie.
I'm sorry that you think that. I'm actually the
I
assistant
think
production
it's like
manager,
you're
so
ra-
it's kind of insulting, actually.
It's like a 50-50 chance of it blowing up. You know, it'll all be wasted. If it doesn't go viral, then that's it. I think he should have started with some viral, try to get the interest up, get people to donate. That's fine. But the whole group thing, I don't know. It just feels wrong to me.
I don't know. They were doing it for support, so they were just trying to put a supportive community together. So
It's also smart to have it ready to go when
Mhm.
the documentary comes out.
yeah,
Right.
B-roll footage this weekend.
I mean,
You,
Yes, with Dr. Barry.
Dr. Barry. Yeah, we're gonna be doing that.
I mean,
I
Are you
won't be
going?
there.
is
No,
I actually started
I can't
watching Dr.
afford it.
Barry. You know,
I can't
when I
afford- I
first
can't
started,
afford
he
it.
was one of the first people I watched. Was Dr. Barry.
He was not the first person. Believe it or not, he is not the first person I started watching. It's insane.
Butter Bob.
Right.
I don't know. No,
I watched him too. Butter makes my foot pants fall down. Yep.
Yeah, Butter Bob Briggs. That was a good channel.
Yeah.
Who was
I
I
th-
watching? I
is
was
he-
watching other doctors, but not him. I was
Oh,
watching.
Saladino.
He's not a doctor, I don't think. I think he's just somebody I found.
Saladino was the original carnivore doctor.
Yeah, I don't
And
count
then
him. I don't. He might have a white coat and got the degree, but I don't think he's ever actually practiced.
I don't think he has either.
Like,
Yeah.
so I'm sorry. Like, you might have the credentials, but you don't have the experience. I have more experience in medicine than he does, and
Well,
he's
you know what? Like I like Paul Saladino. Don't get me wrong. I think he's
I think it's
but
not a policy
I
thing,
think
it's more of a USC thing.
kind of stopped watching some people because it's perception.
Yeah,
If that makes any sense.
But I'm saying that more.
And
Even if the guy, I
when
don't
he was
think
on,
it's,
he was like carnivore. He was like so big on being carnivore, and this is my perception of it. I know it's not the right perception. I get that, but
Yeah.
And he was on this show called The Doctors, and he was
He got chewed. He got his
he
ass
got
chewed.
criticized. He got reamed. Everything.
He did.
And about 2 weeks
saw that.
later, all of a sudden he stops being carnivore and he starts eating honey and all this stuff. And just the perception looked like he did it because he got reamed. And I just didn't think that was really, I know it sounds stupid, but it's just kind of like, well, if he can't stay with his own convictions because somebody picked on him.
And I don't think he's got thick enough skin for it. But
right. That's my point.
Either. I started out keto, so it's like I started out ketogenic. I started out with some influencer that I found out from behind the scenes that she was actually eating donuts behind the scenes. It's like, ain't keto today, but she was raking in money.
I think I know who you're talking about. I can't think of her name though. I think I heard
Smith. I'll drop names.
Is Maggie Smith? Was that her name?
Amy.
Oh, Amy Smith. Okay.
Yeah,
I don't think I've watched her,
a couple of Amy
but
Smiths
I remember the story.
In the keto space. There's a couple of Amy Smiths in the keto space. Just FYI, it's a very, very, very popular name. So make sure you're looking at the right one. No, but she was like making millions off of MLMs and getting people to buy her products and all this stuff. I was there for the keto stuff. And then somebody in her inner circle was like, she's a fraud, right? And I'm like, wow, nice. So then switched over to Maria Emmerich and started watching them, and then really just started falling into like Dr. Barry's community, and then went carnivore, and and then it was like a whirlwind. My now my life's in a whole other trajectory.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is that I like Dr. Barry. I used to watch his Monday Night Lives, but now I kind of have other things I do.
Yeah.
But I put in and I know what Lewis is going to say, and I appreciate that, Lewis. But I put in a lot of money on the super chats and stuff like that for him. And
yes. And what did I say to you?
Yeah, and you said that
What did I
but this was
say?
before that. You said I shouldn't spend so much money. I get you.
No, I said
Um,
stop. I said stop sending him money.
right. Well, I finally did stop. But the thing is, I spent quite a bit of money, and it took a while before I even got an answer. And then when he finally answers on one of the chats, it was like, yeah, okay, don't ask us.
I could have given you the answer.
Yeah, and so it was a little disappointing that this guy that you sort of admire, is not really making you feel. So I do like Dr. Barry still. My mom loved him. Like I said, she used to have a crush on him, I think. She'd be like, when's Dr. Barry going to be on? I'm like,
Aw.
It's
That's
around the corner.
adorable.
What's the new address? I'm sorry, guys. I'm talking to people over here.
okay. What would you say, Rebecca?
I said that's adorable that she had a crush on him.
Yeah, she was she's very sickly, before she died and stuff like that. So gave her something to kind of wake up to.
I wish that I wish that I would have known about all this and been able to change my parents' diets. That would be great.
Tell me about it.
I mean, funny thing, and I've said this before, and I'm sure all you guys have heard me say this. I kind of think the one why that people use that I don't think works permanently is the weight. I think you need two whys for that. Like you need something else, and the reason why I back that up with that is my mom we did keto, and she started doing. I mean, she was able to get around. She was able to walk up and down stairs. She didn't get dizzy anymore. She didn't. Things were starting to work better for her, but because she didn't lose any weight, she thought it wasn't working. So her focus was totally off.
Yes.
That's why I feel that you need another why. Weight loss is great. There are a lot of people that do, like Limitless Lindy. She had a lot of weight to lose, and weight loss was definitely a focus. But I also know that she probably had other whys, and that's why. It's just.
I think my why is part of it comes from watching my parents die from things that probably could have Terri Sue. Yeah, isn't it crazy? They're still on.
Well, because we got another.
Because I popped on.
Yes. It's a good thing. Rick, you're going to have probably 5 minutes on Monday.
Well, I'm having a heart attack right now, so.
What is that?
Heart attack chicken. 5 pounds of the most delicious fried chicken you've ever eaten. Cooked in pure lard.
It looks delicious.
It is. Trust me.
Lately, and Lewis, you might find this interesting, and I want to talk to you about this later. I have been having just a tiny bit of an aversion to beef lately. I have only wanted to eat chicken.
Oh, that's okay.
But it's random. It's like,
Yeah, I'm starting to get one to eggs, actually. For some reason, it's the only thing I get aversions to every once in a while.
Is eggs? No, it's like, no, and here's okay, but now steak, it's ground beef only. Let me caveat that. Only ground beef. For some reason, I can't eat burger patties right now. And I was like eating burger patties daily, and I'm like, I could slam these all day, every day.
It happens to all of us, trust me.
I'm like, I can't eat another burger patty right now. Throw me a steak, I'll eat it. But I might eat it raw if you gave it to me right now. But it's like
my limit's about a week. I can eat burger patties straight for a week. Then I have to go to chicken, duck, iguana, pork, or like you said, steak. I never get tired of steak. Yeah, I like to have chicken at least once every day or two.
I can agree with that. I'm sorry. Actually, more that you say that, I think maybe that's why I wasn't able to do 4 burger patties today. I could only do like 3.5 because I think it's just starting to, because it's not really a fullness. It's more just like a.
It just doesn't taste good to me right now.
That's it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I've been doing lately though I really enjoy, and this is really bad because I do throw some cheese on it, and I have to be very careful with my thyroid and cheese. And I make pork rind nachos, and that I can do ground beef that way. But if it's just a burger patty with some mayo on it, nope.
Also, if you add yogurt, it helps.
Yeah, I've never.
Yogurt tears my stomach to pieces.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm even talking about the homemade Dr. Davis, do all the things. It
Yeah.
tears it up. I'm miserable and nope, not doing it again.
Well,
Just like
it's,
pain. It hurts. So
I mean,
it's
what's
like
funny is when I was doing the priming with Dr. with Raymond, I actually they say like do whatever it
I
takes
read
to
it.
eat more food, you know. So I actually added like hot sauce for my eggs and stuff, and like that's just something I like, And I decided to like put some hot sauce on pork rinds, and it started crackling like
it
Rice
does, it
Krispies.
crackles.
It crackles. So it's kind of funny, like when you like put the hot sauce on it and you hear like the sounds.
Yeah.
So if you ever like curious, just put some hot sauce on some pork rinds and just to listen to it.
But when I cook my beef and put it on the pork rinds, like on a big pan of them, because I'll take like a whole jar of Max and put it on a thing, because we all eat it, like it's my whole family, and I'll do like 4 pounds of ground beef and put it on there, and freaking it'll just sit there and snap, crackle, and pop. It sounds like Rice Krispies when you pour milk into it.
Yeah.
Huh.
Not that you pour milk on pork rinds, right?
No. Although I think Maria
There probably
Emmerich,
are some people
They
that
use
do.
that like a cereal.
Maria Emmerich has a recipe to use them like a cereal somewhere.
Yep. And you can add a little sediment to it.
I mean, it's cool how you can do so many like recipes, like that's like carnivore pancakes and stuff like that. But it also feels like, so I remember I used to make fun of my mom because she used to be vegetarian, and she would be like, "Oh yeah, I had to get like vegan hot dogs, I had to get vegan burgers," and I'd be like, "Why are you trying to imitate meat if you're trying to eat veg? Like just either commit or don't commit, And I kind of feel like like we're trying to substitute. It's like.
And let me tell you something though. If you've not tried the carnivore biscuits,
No.
from
At one point, I probably will commit.
It is worth it. It is worth it.
I love his channel. Love his channel.
Love his channel. Because I'm moving
lazy.
so close to him. I have plans.
Lucky.
So excited. I'm gonna have to do something.
What channel was this? What channel is that on?
Chris Cooking Nashville. You got to look at it.
Oh yeah, I love. Yeah,
he's amazing. His
I'm
carnivore
just
biscuits.
lazy.
I make
Too much work.
I make his carnivore crackers, and they are fantastic. So if you ever want to do like a charcuterie board, you've got carnivore crackers, and they're clean and great, and my kids love them. And yeah, it's like
eventually I probably will try that stuff. I'm pretty simple with my cooking,
but it is involved. Like his recipes are involved. But if you're looking for something like for,
I mean, I made a couple of things myself. It's sort of like, okay, I can figure how to do this. And
he's an artist.
Like I did the mozzarella sticks,
Artist. Yes, he is. Like he's fantastic. And
I love Christmas.
I took his biscuits and made scones out of them.
Okay.
So I mean, like, yes, they're sweet, but I used allulose, so it's not like I was like doing bad stuff.
Right.
But I made scone. I was like, that would be nice if you want to have a tea party with kids, and like, I'm not opposed to having recipes that are like mock copycats of something else. Like if that's what it takes to get you to actually stay on the diet,
yes,
want it, then effing do it. Don't tell people, and please don't tell people to carnivore harder. For the love of God, don't tell people to carnivore hard. Like, oh, you haven't healed yet, you're doing it wrong. Carnivore harder.
I never say that.
Like I've seen like other coaches tell people that, and I'm like,
yeah. I agree.
I give people fruits and vegetables that I grow myself.
Carol Grandma had a bad experience in the PhD community.
Yeah, apparently. It says some of the coaches and moderators got all up. Well, I'm a coach moderator, so I don't know if I don't remember you in there, so I don't know. if I got up all in your business. If I did, sorry.
Well, you're horrible, Rebecca.
I know.
No, I don't think. I don't know. I don't know who it could have been.
I'm joking. I'm not serious.
Well, it depends on when I'm a volunteer coach. So there's a very distinct difference between the two sets of coaches. I'm a volunteer.
Yeah. Well, I don't know what level Fell grandmother was in because I don't pay for the pro, so I don't have any contact with those other coaches at all. Right? Never, ever.
Interesting.
I think one of them once had a live that was not for pro, but other than that, I have never seen them talking. I see you guys doing stuff.
I would think it's a lot of work to be a coach, that kind of.
The volunteer coaches, it's not a whole lot of, it's
But
not.
still,
We
I
don't
have-
have,
I
we don't
still
have parameters though. We don't have parameters. We don't have times that we have to be in there. We do what we want when we want. We have some guidelines that we have to follow. Obviously, like I don't go in there and post, "Hey guys, guess what? I have 10 new coaching spots open. Why don't you come be one of my clients?" I'm not like we can't go in there and do that. But it's like, but we can go in there. We show our channels. We like, hey, if we put events in, like I'm going to have this person publicly on my channel. Do you like it might be relevant to you? If it's relevant, come talk. Like I had one recently on autism, and I had people like an ABA therapist come in, and we chatted about just autism, and I was a good one. I can put those up. But I don't have there's certain restrictions I just don't have, and they have time constraints. They are paid. They have
work hours. Yeah.
They have work hours. They have office hours, and I don't. Now I will soon have office hours, but not in the PhD community.
Right.
Is that public yet or no?
It is. It should be public. I mean, they haven't announced it on the company page.
I mean, there's not going to be a press release.
No, it will be a press. I don't know. I mean,
hear
I don't
ye.
Rebecca got a new job.
I have been hired by Rivero, so I'm on the Rivero payroll.
That's Dr.
Baker.
Dr. Baker.
Oh,
yeah.
No.
Yeah, the carnivore action star.
You got to share the chicken, Rick. You got to share the chicken.
I've been giving him pieces, but he keeps trying to get his paws in my bowl.
What is it?
You giving
my
him?
Chicken, my cat.
Oh, it's
your
a cat.
My cat Milton.
I have a cat too. I don't know where she's at, but
I think all carnivores have cats.
Her nickname is Murder Mittens.
Yeah, I don't. I had a bird.
We have 2 dogs and a cat, and I have 2 autistic 17-year-olds. I'm back in school. Just got hired on by Rivero, and I volunteer for like 4 different communities.
Right.
That's great.
Amazing. There,
no, I'm burning the candle at both ends.
Well, I never said you were. Yeah.
I'm tired. But I love what I do. I thrive in chaos.
Yeah. My sister has a pretty chaotic life. She's she doesn't do anything medical, but she's a CEO of her own real estate company.
Mm-hmm. It's a lot of work.
Yeah.
And she's busy.
Yeah, I don't know if anybody's ever heard of Goldstone Realty.
I don't know where you are, so
New Jersey.
I'm in North Carolina. I wouldn't have heard of it.
Whereabouts in North Carolina are you?
Bad Kitty. No.
I'm in.
She's in Bad Kitty, North Carolina.
I'm in Bad Kitty, North Carolina. Ooh, that they need one. They need one. Oh my gosh, that'd be a great city name.
That would be. I almost. Long story short, I almost lived in Asheville, North Carolina.
We are not too far from Asheville. We are. If I'm looking at the map, it's Winston-Salem is here, okay. Greensboro is here, and we're right here. It's a little town called Thomasville.
I've heard Thomasville.
It's just.
I mean, we went there. It was kind of funny. We went there, and I actually bought a car for like $100. It was like really cheap. Got really cheap insurance, and took the car. And and I wasn't driving yet. I actually bought it like at the age like 17, 16, 17. I wasn't even driving. My mom drove the whole time. And we got there. We looked at the place that we were going to rent. It was really cheap. It was like 4-bedroom, huge house for like $350 a month. It was like really, really cheap. And this was like almost 20 years ago or more. Because I was about 16, 17 then, and I'm going to be 53 in September. And we actually make it all the way there, and then we got back, and the car just like totally died. Totally like went out. Like the transmission just totally died on it. And I'm like, okay, we got our $100 worth. That's
I mean, it's cheaper than a rental.
yeah. So, but then what happened was my grandmother, they called and my grandmother answered the phone. She's like, yeah, no, she's not interested. We're not doing it. And so the lady just gave up on my mom renting the place. So we had to still live in New Jersey, but it was just like,
Yeah.
like I didn't really know that was your call to make, but okay,
Yeah, we are moving in July, so
Where are you moving to?
Fort Campbell, Kentucky.
Oh,
Back to Fort Campbell. It's nice that we're finally going back.
that's cool.
So
Yeah, I'm going to be New Jersey for quite a while. I'm over by the shore. Like, I don't know if you've ever been to New Jersey or not, but I'm over by
I've driven
like the beach.
through Jersey for to go to a funeral in Delaware.
Okay. Yeah.
So it was
Yeah,
a soldier that my husband had served with.
Oh.
So,
All right. Well,
the Army tells us to go and we go.
yeah, I think I'm going to end the stream. It's almost 3 hours.
I know.
Mhm.
That's awesome, though.
Don't be like
Excellent.
mine
And
in the
I do
morning.
appreciate that. This is actually better than I don't know what I was expecting, to tell you the truth. I mean,
We
I
can
do-
also, in the future, set up like something on Zoom that we don't have to worry about StreamYard limitations.
Hmm.
I have a Zoom license
Does it cost much or?
from work.
Oh, well
So,
then, okay.
0.
Yeah, I'm sure it would cost if it's not from work.
Yeah, it is. It does, right? But I have one, so we can use it.
Like I said, I mean, once I fully test the waters out and I feel that it's working, it's like what I'd like to do is do this weekly.
Yeah.
Because it's just getting really hard to come up with new things for the videos and stuff like that. And
Oh, that's easy.
Oh,
well,
that's
like,
so easy.
course it's one thing, but,
Feel free to send me a list. I suck at coming up with just videos.
Okay.
Well, I make videos on things other than the carnivore diet.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, my whole channel is basically based on my experience, like
Yeah.
what's
going
good
on,
and
right?
bad. I don't hold back. At least I try not to. Sometimes you do inadvertently hold back a little bit, but I try not to.
I mean, there are some things I don't understand. Like, for example, every time I eat, I start sweating. That's what's happening now with my heart attack chicken. I had to turn the air conditioner on.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's because your chicken's hot.
Maybe that's what it is, but I'm sweating like crazy. What's that saying? Like something in church?
You know who you should ask Dr. Berry why that is.
Oh, I wouldn't even waste my time. I ask the question there. He'll never see it ever. That's an out of touch group.
It's not that bad.
It's not.
Oh, it's worse. I got a friend that tried to communicate with him for almost 6 months, never got through. Even joined his Patreon group. No luck. I said, don't waste your time. Anything you want to know about the heart attack diet, I'll give it to you for free. And that's what I do.
That hasn't been my experience. I mean, he answers my questions.
Mine. I'd say he answers mine too, but I have his phone number.
You have a different. Yeah, you go
you can ask him privately.
Yeah, I text him. It's like, hey, what's up?
Everybody has my phone number, so they can call whenever they want.
Where's the phone? Don't touch it with your dirty hands. Your chicken fingers.
You know who else gives out his phone number and like everybody like slaps their forehead when he does it every time? Dr. Kiltz.
Yes,
That's
I
his
know.
cell phone.
I know.
That really is his cell phone.
that's his phone, huh? Wow.
He gives
Wow.
out his legit cell phone number
That's amazing.
on almost
Yeah,
every
I
line.
don't really feel comfortable giving out my actual. There's only one person I've given my cell phone number to.
I
Well, I don't have
there's a few people that have mine, but not very
I
many.
don't have a cell phone. I'm just using voice over IP.
The
Yeah,
problem with me and Thomas was I would like message him in different communities.
Yeah. So where do
I'm
we
like,
go?
I'm like, what's your phone number?
Well, whatever you did, it worked because he's here.
Yeah.
We're glad to have him here. We can watch him get better and not get worse. Next thing you know, it wouldn't have any legs.
Oh, don't even say that. Terrible.
Yeah,
Well, that's what I know people that's happened to.
I
They
know.
get diabetes and they start falling apart piece by piece. And they won't change.
I don't
Hmm.
I don't know if you can you guys I wonder if you guys could see a picture if I held it up to the camera or if it's too blurry.
It
Maybe.
should work.
So I
Oh,
wanted
on your
to
phone?
show you my dad's foot when he died. He was in the hospital. He was septic. I don't know.
Let me go very
Yeah, I see it. It's purple.
close. Yeah.
It died
That's terrible.
How far up did that go?
up to his knee.
Wow.
So yeah, he went septic, diabetes, and he had gotten a I guess he was in a nursing home and he had gotten a cut on his hand and it got infected. I guess he didn't know he'd hit it, and they'd just been putting a bandage on, like just covering it, and it went septic, and he died. So
I'm sorry.
You know,
to hear
maybe
that.
we had to
somebody
pull the plug.
somebody could answer that question. Why is it that diabetes causes those infections to go so bad, like Thomas with his foot or other people that I've known? Is it because it destroys the immune system or what?
Yeah, it does. It does destroy the immune system, and if it kills the one of the big things that it does too is that high blood sugar and subsequent high insulin actually starts to destroy the vascular system, and it kills the blood supply. And once you kill the
Right.
blood supply, if it gets infected, there's no supply to get the white blood cells there that need the macrophages and everything you need to clean that infection out. So it just eats it away and rots the flesh. And that's
And
why
the nerves too. Just so much
Well,
damage to.
it just destroys all of
It was
that.
on before.
Yeah. I mean, I know without any hesitation, if I didn't correct things
Mhm.
even a little bit, it would definitely have gone to that. Eventually, maybe not today, but definitely sometime tomorrow.
Yeah, well, I'm waiting
just-
to see what happens to my brother because he refuses. He's actually in the medical field too, and he's like, no, that's going to kill me faster. Like he's already had a stent. He's got autoimmune disease. He's got brittle diabetes. He's got sarcopenia, so he's got muscle wasting already. They put him on statins and then a PSK9 inhibitor, which is Repatha, and he's just dying. And he's on a biologic. And I'm like, you need a PhD. You need a proper human diet. No, that would kill me faster. I'm like,
Oh,
you're 51. You're going to die
51?
anyway.
51.
Yeah, like you're going to
I
die.
thought that sounded like somebody was 81.
I know. It's sad, isn't it?
It is
Right.
because, like, I'm going to be 57 in 2 months, and I look at these people. I'm like, I've talked to people that have issues. I said, well, you're 70. I'm like, I ain't 70. I'm 48. I'm like, oh no. And I have my problem is I assume everyone in their 50s is going to be similar to me. There's nothing wrong with like somebody has gray hair. That doesn't make you look old. People worry about wrinkles and all that, but it's more of the whole body. when you see that they don't have, like you said, they got sarcopenia, they're just sort of drooping down. It starts with their face, even. You look at their face, it's just kind of sinking down.
Yeah.
And the human being should not look like that.
Well, it's interesting. It's interesting if you look at me and my brothers because they are 5 and 7 years older than me, but they look decades older than me. I
See?
don't look my age, and
What are you, 45?
oh, thanks. No, not yet. I'm getting ready
Okay.
to turn 44.
What a way to make somebody feel.
But see, this is what happens when I look at people.
I look pretty good for in my 40s.
But the thing is,
you look very good.
18-year-olds.
When I think of somebody who's 45, you got to remember my point of view is totally different than the average person. That's why people get mad at me, because I assume that a person in their 40s is still attractive and healthy. But people
Thank
think
you.
when you're over
Okay,
40,
so now that's okay. Okay,
Well-
45 is good. You just said I was attractive and healthy. Okay.
which you are. In fact, all of you are attractive and healthy. I mean, even Thomas with his problems. Look at his face. He
I
doesn't
like how you
look
said
half
even,
dead.
Thomas.
Well, yeah, because look, you've been on duck food forever.
Yeah.
I don't know how long Rebecca's been on the carnivore diet. Maybe 10 years.
No, I've been.
No.
I was keto since 2018. I went actual carnivore. That was meat-based keto.
Okay, but that's a good diet. I have a
Real
friend.
real keto.
Yeah.
That's so.
And
What is that?
then
7, 8 years?
7 years, but I
Okay.
started carnivore in 2023.
But you look really good, so it's working.
Well, and I lift weights. I eat meat. I try when it's sunny. I try to get outside. I lift weights. I play pickleball with a bunch of 70 and 80-year-olds that kick my ass. And
That's good.
but I have fun. I have a community online, albeit, but like a community of people. I go to church and I pray and I
Mhm.
sing. And so there's a mental health component. I've got the mental, the play, I protect my sleep, like protect it. And like I'm doing the things and I don't feel like on my deathbed.
You're not. You're not even close.
Well, I mean, the worst thing I do is go driving in North Carolina. We're like the 4th deadliest roads.
Try Miami.
Well, she said 4th, so I'm sure.
Four.
I mean,
It's
usually if I'm in my vehicle, it's a big old thing. They avoid that. But still,
I mean, I could die tomorrow, but it's probably not going to be from a disease.
Yeah, we could all die tomorrow, but
Yeah.
I got a heart attack coming soon, I think.
we
I
don't
think
know
we're
what.
calling me too. I could go on forever, but I know you're trying to end this live stream.
Yeah,
Do you see
I'm gonna log off.
if you ever watch Homestead How, like these live streams can go forever because it's
Yeah.
interesting. There's a lot to talk about. It's fun, and we all typically like each other. Typically,
But that's
Yeah.
why you have to say I'm going to do it for an hour, and that's why sometimes you
24-hour
it feels like they.
You have to kind of set the limit. Yeah.
Yeah.
You
And
remember
stick
the
to it.
24-hour live stream, don't you?
I
Yeah.
didn't do the 24-hour one. I wasn't on board. I might have been on board, but I was just brand new to their 24-hour live
Oh.
stream.
Because they did a 12-hour and a 24-hour. Then I was on that, I think, at 3 a.m, but I stayed up for the whole thing.
Good girl.
Really?
And it went beyond that because it was like 2 or 3 hours after they were still talking. I said, "Oh, we got to end this." And then I couldn't sleep because I can't sleep when the sun is out. I had to wait until that following night. So I went, 2 days without.
Almost 2 days.
Yeah, I haven't
Without
seen them
sleep.
do a 24-hour stream in a while, but
Oh, it was a couple of years ago. They did a
Yeah.
12-hour and then a 24-hour, and
Mhm.
that's back when I don't think it was quite that popular. Now, at that time I don't think he had 50 or 60,000 subscribers. Now it's like 300,000.
300,000 now, yeah.
It's pretty much he's gone the route of the influencers. So he's going that way, and we're going this way. That's the way it usually works.
Yeah,
Terri
but
Sue
you
just
know
said
what?
this is a Jerry Lewis marathon stuff happening. So
You know what though? If you haven't met Carrie Mann in person, he really is just super humble, and super nice. He's just a regular dude, just trying to. He really just has a passion for helping people heal. It really is.
It's because it did so much for his own life. You'd be crazy not to share it. That's how it started. But it's like anything else. These things have a way of their own. Once it becomes popular, once you get, income or whatever, then people change. Then they become more oriented. Well, we have to do this or that to keep the popularity up. And I just hope it doesn't, go in one direction and then it turns into some kind of trend that blows up and then everybody leaves. And then there's just a few of us quacks left behind still on the diet. Because it's like every trend. It goes up, it peaks, and then and then it goes away.
I don't think that carnivore is going anywhere anytime soon.
I hope not.
Did you not see that RFK just put the governor of West Virginia, my home state, on a carnivore diet?
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that.
A little bit of fat shaming going on.
We'll see.
It wasn't very nice.
If that really happens. We'll see.
If it really does, and they start doing you watch him getting healthy, it'll be like
that will say a lot. Yes.
But the main thing is we have to fix
that happens. That'll speak volumes. You're right.
Because the system we have now doesn't produce enough meat for everybody to go carnivore.
True statement.
So that needs to be changed.
Yeah. Well,
that's what we need to
stop
focus.
Killing shit off.
Rick, Terri Sue blinked and your chicken was gone. She said you ate your chicken really fast.
I said we need to stop killing animals off for the sake of killing animals too.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't. You have to supply and demand. You can't get rid of the supply. You have to.
Yeah.
Well, that's it. But the thing is, our system is based on a financial flim-flam of debt. And it all comes down to how can you make the most money? And we're destroyed. Like here, all the farms have been destroyed forever.
It's
all apartment buildings and shopping centers and roads and everything. Gone. There's nothing left here.
But where are you?
Miami, Florida.
Okay.
Wiped out. Everything has been wiped out in my lifetime. I used to be able to walk down the street and feed cows. There's nothing left. It's gone. The development is just totally out. It swallowed everything up. With all the drug money in the 80s and the funny money since the year 2000, it's wiped out. I think we've lost, a third of the farmland in the U.S. in the last 50 years. It's crazy. All this development. Well, they need to concentrate on more cattle, more meat production. And it's just for some reason, it's always profit. Oh, we got to make more money. Oh, we got to build more apartments, cram more people in, stack and pack, Then on the other hand, they say the population is decreasing. And the more unhealthy people get, what do? The hospital gets bigger and bigger and bigger. The hospital when I was a kid was one building. Now there's like 4 towers over there. It's ridiculous.
I could talk for hours on the detriments of this.
I think with the bad diet and everything, it's not just what we eat, what we do eat that's bad. It's also what was taken away from us. Taking away the fats and stuff like that, and being programmed that fats are bad.
Right.
It's not just the pluses; it's the minuses. That has affected us. We think about the seed oil. They're all bad. But
it's also
the fact that we programmed to eat a low-fat diet.
Also, the way that people have been trained. They've been trained to avoid real things. So what it comes down to is if you work with your hands, you're a peasant, you're worthless, we pay you very little. But if you're a flim-flammer and you lie to people and you tell them you're going to make them rich, you're going to make them feel better with a bunch of chemistry, and you don't get to the root of the problem, then you get filthy rich. And you're riding around in your private jet, your limousine and all that, and you're living over there in, one of the Miami or one of these other cities. Meanwhile, people are dying all over the place. They're sick. Then you lie to them with the media. You got them brainwashed into thinking, like you said, you got to avoid the fat. Don't eat the meat. You're going to get colon cancer and all this other nonsense. And it's just it's a sick system. It's a system based on exploitation. Put people in debt, make them sick, and extract. So instead of having 4-legged cattle like we used to, now we have 2-legged cattle that live stacked in packs.
Mine's not that low, Rick. Mine's at 122.
Let's see where Rebecca wears the CGM too. What is she at?
My CGM?
Ooh,
I was lower
Look
before, but right now,
look at that
because
line. Did you
I'm
eat
so
today?
excited about this live stream that it's at 122 right now.
I
Yeah,
got to
because
get
you're
one of
stressing out.
those.
You're stressing out that you're running out of time on StreamYard.
Probably.
Yeah, I have to turn mine off at night because I think this one is actually if I went and tested it right now, it's probably in the actual mid 80s. This sensor for some reason has been reading about 10 to 15 points low. See, that's beautiful, Lewis.
And just to make you feel good, Lewis, I do have it on my phone too.
I know you got rid of that
I know. I just
receiver.
wanted to make sure. Just make sure that you didn't think that I took it off my phone or anything like that.
You put it. You did. You did take it off and you put it back. Oh,
Will it
I
work with
did.
my
Yeah,
phone?
because I
It's
forget
Rick
the reason
CGM.
why. But
Will it work with my phone?
yes.
Might.
Oh my gosh.
You have to just tape the receiver to it.
You got to look at it really, really close though to find it. But yeah, it'll be in there.
Wow. Why are you doing that?
He said take the receiver
He
off.
wants to prove that
No,
it can
you
come
have to
apart.
tape the receiver.
That's funny.
Now my
Yeah,
cat's playing with it.
This is the original StreamYard.
This is funny.
So, Rick, is it your turn for Russ this week?
Yes, it is for next week.
Okay. I probably won't see it because I actually have to work Tuesday and Wednesday, so
That's fine.
I'll probably be asleep.
Russ
Or
is
maybe
still my
that's it.
favorite in the carnivore community. He always makes me laugh, and he's the only one that's been courageous enough to see me in person and take me to the
He seems like a
Rodizio
nice guy.
all you can eat.
From what I've seen of him, and when we've talked, seems like a nice guy.
And you can see he's not a small guy, but when I stand next to him, it's like, what is that? I still think I'm the tallest carnivore in the whole YouTube space.
You probably are.
Mhm.
Well, I think I
Yeah.
told
I don't
you.
know
I'm
how
tall
tall
for
are
David.
you?
6'6".
He's taller than
You are the
Dr.
tallest.
Baker. Mhm.
You are the tallest.
Mm-hmm.
I think
you got to
when we
realize
were
in
on the
junior
phone,
high, I
told
was
you
one of the
tallest
shortest
person I ever
kids.
measured, right?
One of the shortest. But I think
Who
the
was that?
carnivore diet really helped me grow.
That was me. Sorry.
Oh. Is your numbers going too low according to their?
No. I plugged in something to the computer.
Mine actually did go. Mine went to about 54.
Yeah.
Earlier this
Yeah.
morning.
So I'm tiny. Somebody was like, "You're not that small. You look taller. You have to be tall. You have to be like 5'8". I'm like, you have no idea what you're talking
Hi,
about.
Sandy.
That's me with Baker. I don't even
Uh-huh.
he's leaning to the side. So
So he's like
is,
kind of like tilting a little bit.
yeah, so I don't even come up to his shoulder.
Yeah.
If I
Yeah, you
stood
are.
next to Baker, I'd be slightly taller, believe it or not.
I'm just under 5'3".
Well, Rick, I think it was I mentioned about the tallest person I ever measured, right? When I used to work for Tuxedos.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like 7'5" or something like that.
Good God.
Yeah,
The Nephilim. He's the Nephilim.
yeah. And then
Well,
the biggest
anybody
person
that
was
tall
about
is gonna have some
700
kind of
pounds.
genetic
Was the
issue.
biggest person
They
I ever
usually have
measured.
heart disease. They're real tall guys.
Yeah.
But
Usually Marfan's is a
Yeah.
big culprit, which usually can lead to an aortic dissection.
yeah,
Sorry.
they also speak a little differently. Like if you look at Anthony Robbins, the motivational speaker, you see the way he speaks. They have that same tone in their voice. I'm the exception. I don't look tall. I don't sound tall. I just
Yeah,
am
your
tall.
voice. I definitely would
because
not
you don't
think
have a
you're tall.
genetic abnormality.
Right. I think the only reason I got tall was because I started the carnivore diet at age 15. Because if you look at my junior high picture, the girls were bigger than me. But when I hit the carnivore diet, it was like, boom. And I never had growing pains either. It was crazy.
My poor son still has growing pains. He's only 5'9", poor kid.
You know, I was the only kid. I had no acne, no growing pains. I mean, and the thing is, I never knew. It wasn't until a few years ago when I saw the carnivore community online. And I wish, my parents were dead before I even noticed there was a carnivore community. And I've been eating this way my whole life. I went down this path and I didn't even know it was beneficial in any way. I was convinced I was going to kill myself with all that fatty meat. I should be dead now, but I feel so good. That's why I started going online. When that kid Joey interviewed me in 2022 in August, and I saw how many people watch, I was like, how can this be? All I'm doing is talking about my life and everybody, and then they all wanted to interview me. And then that was like, wow. So I went on every channel I could because I just wanted people to know what my experience was. And I just hope, I guess maybe some of you saw it. I don't know, probably not. But
With Joey, I didn't watch him.
yeah.
Yeah, the earliest one I saw was the Dave Mack.
Okay. Yeah, that was one of the early ones. And then also, what's his name? Anthony Chafee. He was the first doctor that interviewed me. And then later on, it was Sean Baker. And actually, if you look on the Rivero channel, you'll see that they did a nice write-up on my experience. I was very pleased with that. So, I've been around for a while. It's just that my regret is that I didn't know. Otherwise, I would have pushed. I tried to get my dad to eat the carnivore diet when he got sick and weak, but he was convinced that he was going to get cancer and a heart attack. I said, Dad, you can barely stand up out of the chair. Who cares if you get a heart attack? I would rather have you stand up and walk around and drop dead of a heart attack than be wheeled around in a wheelchair and have to wipe your rear end because you can't go to the bathroom. That's just not acceptable to me. And that was a battle. And then my mom, when she got weak, 10 years I'd taken care of my mom.
They're gonna kill me. They are so gonna kill me if they ever see this. Hopefully they'll never see this. I don't know if there's a way for you. I don't know. I just don't know if you guys can see it.
Yeah.
Beverly. Yes.
Yeah.
That's my brothers.
Okay.
Yep.
Wow.
They are 5 and 7 years older than me.
Mm.
And they look
Unreal.
almost a decade older. But that was even before I've lost more weight. Like that was in 2022 when my dad died. So
Wow.
Actually,
You see that a lot here when you go to the South.
And they're saying because of the danger that he's
Okay. Yeah, you see a lot of people in the South like that, and it's really frustrating to me, drinking their sweet tea and soda and all the bread and the muffins and all that other stuff, and they're just killing themselves. And they look at me like, oh, you eat too much meat. You're going to get a heart attack. Okay, fine.
Yeah,
but you know what? But I have a good quality of life. What can you do?
Yeah, that's it. They all got back trouble. I don't have back trouble. Look at how I sit when I'm doing my live streams. I sit like we did as a kid, the old Indian style thing. It doesn't bother me.
I do that all the time. You'll see me and I'll be like this. And I'll be like,
yeah, see? And that's, anybody that's over 40, they would say you can't do that because they're so stiff. But look at how you can move.
yeah, well, I will say this, like if I'm sitting like this for too long, my knees do protest.
Oh. Well, I've been on live streams for 5 hours. Thomas can attest to that.
For me, it's still kind of hard for me to do stuff like that, but I'm better than I was.
It's fine when I'm like this, but then when I go to stand up, my knees protest.
Oh, but you know what? That's going to get better with time, I think.
Maybe.
Because think about it. You're younger than me. You're more than 10 years younger than me, and I can do it, and I have no problems. And you've been on the carnivore diet only a few years. Wait till you've been on it 10 years or 20 years. You'll be in your 60s and sitting like that.
I got to make it 20 years.
You can. Why not?
You're going to kill me.
Nah.
Nurse practitioner school sucks.
Yeah, I believe it.
So
It just sucks.
Sandy just said this has been live for 3 hours.
Welcome to the madness.
I know. We gotta go.
If I was live and I was by myself,
I do need to go here in a couple minutes at least because I got to go pick up my, I got to go pick up my kids from school.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Almost done, guys.
Terry said, Lewis, you look like a professional worker.
I look like a slob. It's the day before spring break.
Isn't that a professional worker?
Yeah, we had. Well, this is branded. This is branded. A branded.
You know what? Actually, with what you just said, it reminds me of that Seinfeld episode where George was saying if you look annoyed, that makes you look like a
yes. If you always look like you're annoyed, then people think that you're working. You have a lot of work, and that's true. And another thing that's true is that is not a lie if you believe it.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Oh God! All right, guys. I'll talk
right.
to you later.
All right.
Bye, Rebecca.
I'm
Talk to
gonna
you later.
I'm gonna end the stream.
All right.
Bye,
I do
y'all.
appreciate everybody coming on, and
Thanks for inviting me. It was fun.
thank you. This has been such a blessing, all of you being on and everything. So thank you guys.
Time to get back to work.
Okay. See you guys. This is Target Prime. Over and out.